right, what up, everybody? Good morning.
Are you kidding me?
Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. I am the host you trust on the show you trust. 97.5 The Fanatic. We welcome in Raymond Dunn. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, John. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. As in the number 2 chair today, I can barely see him over there because of his big shaggy beard. His name is Martinez, Jason Martinez. What's up?
Martinez in trouble. Ray looks like he just got off a lumberjack expedition. He came in, he got the brown coat on. I think he was working in timber this morning.
Yeah, a lot of browns for Ray.
Well, I mean, it's the same jacket pretty much every day.
No, I know, but just in general,
He's a brownsman.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm more black gray. He's brown tan.
Brown tan. Brace wears a lot of darker colors too. He's like a spicy brown mustard brown. That's what he had on.
He's a
last
Golden's
week.
man.
Yep. Even darker than Golden's. Yes,
Yeah, but not sophisticated enough for Grey Poupon.
but of course.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
And I'm a little bit of a lighter shade. I like the blues, the light blues, the darker blues. Today I'm wearing the nice. This is a heavy sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Heavy gray sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a waffle sweatshirt.
Is that what it is?
It's a nice item.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, as we embark on, I'm very curious, Jason. You and Harry do the post game for Locked On Eagles podcast, and a lot of people know you as a hockey guy. I know you as Mr. NBA, as you're an NBA savant.
Of course,
you don't know basketball,
but unlike me not knowing anything about hockey, you do know a little something about the Eagles. So I'm curious to how you feel today, because my favorite day of the football week is not the reaction day, and it's always fun to overreact and get angry, but the Eagles won. So I'm curious the day after how Eagles fans are feeling out there today, and I can tell you how I'm feeling today.
All right, lay it on me.
Not much different than yesterday. I'm very happy they got off to Schneid. I am encouraged that the win we saw, the offense got going, the defense was back to its dominant self. The Raiders also are one of the worst teams, or not the worst, they might be the worst team in the NFL.
Maybe of the last decade.
God, they're bad.
Horrible.
But so I can't look at that game and say the Eagles are back, but what brings me great comfort is the confidence that I saw out of the offense on Sunday, but also the defense. The defense looks like it can carry this team. It has,
yeah.
And we saw it last year. But the defense, it could rival how good the defense was last year that we saw in the Super Bowl, that we saw in the playoffs. So I'm not going to sit here and get on top of the mountaintop and shout, Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl, because I honestly don't believe that. But I feel much better about the Eagles as we go into these final 3 games. They're going to get in the playoffs. They only need one more win or a Cowboys loss. Mariota's going to be the starter in 2 of these 3 games, so you can lock that up.
Commanders stink.
Yeah, and they're not trying to win
games.
Quit. So on this day after the day after, I actually feel really good about the Eagles and their chances as we head down the stretch here, Jason.
Well, look, I feel better. I don't feel good. Like I said when we did the show last week, it's kind of a no-win situation because you're supposed to go out there and beat the brakes off of the Raiders. And they did exactly that. Good for them, right?
But
there wasn't going to be anything that said, yeah, you're supposed to kill the Raiders. They did. Okay. But does that mean they're back? Because, like, if you played for a varsity football team in high school and you beat a JV team 31-0, would you feel like, man, we're back?
No.
And we're, yeah, so exactly. So you got to consider the competition. But, yeah, I feel better because they did what they were supposed to do.
Yep. You know what the game is? The Buffalo Bills game is going to be ultimately, I think, how everybody feels going into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play.
Commanders, it's on the road. Mariota's starting. The Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. I'd be shocked if they didn't go down there and mow them down.
Yeah, that team's quit on their coach, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they won last week, but the Giants are so pathetic, and they're not trying to win games. So, I can't even use that. It'd be great if the Eagles go down. They roll them. The offense looks good again. The defense looks good again. But that game against the Bills, second to last game of the season, they're probably not going to be playing their starters unless they need it.
Well, I think they're going to need it for positioning.
For position, I mean, they may or they may not.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I hope they do. I'd like to see a man-on-man game.
Right.
Where you have their best against your best, and then we can maybe measure something.
Right. The Bills are going to need that.
Yeah.
They're fighting for positioning.
Mm-hmm.
They are not likely to win the division after beating the Patriots. I'll have to look and see exactly where they are, but they're going to be playing for something.
Yeah.
And that's
That'd be home field.
That's a good Bills team. We know what Josh Allen is. They can run the football.
Yeah.
That's going to be the measuring stick game. But I like more than anything. There's no talk about benching Jalen Hurts this week. We don't have to get the fake.
That's been tabled now.
And all that stuff. Yeah, no, nobody actually had the balls to come out and say no. Jalen Hurts still sucks, and they should bench him.
Yeah, and for me, again, nothing changed with Jalen Hurts. I wasn't calling for that anyway. I thought that was ridiculous because if you do that, it's over. It's over. So, yeah, I don't know that we're going to get a ton of real good data or information this week against the Commanders. They should go out there and take care of business again. Ultimately, we'll know when they get to the playoffs what they are. That's really – I hate to say that because we got to wait.
Isn't that the Bills game? Because you're not going to get anything out of the final week of the season.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the Bills game, but to a larger degree than it's going to be the two Commanders games. For sure. Yeah, no matter what. So, absolutely.
And it's all about the offense. The defense, everybody realizes, is a really, really good defense, top to bottom.
Think about what they did coming out of the bye to the Packers and the Lions.
Yep.
I mean, that defense was so stingy and so good. And when they get fully healthy again, Carter and all that going again, you hope that him being out isn't a detriment when he comes back. Maybe he's fresher because he's not beat up as much.
Well, I mean, he clearly wasn't healthy for a while. And
two shoulders.
Now he sits out for a while. He comes back and he's ready to go.
Yeah.
BG sliding into now defensive tackle where he's going to get meaningful snaps and he's very productive doing it. So it's fun to watch this defense. But so as we take the temperature of Philadelphia Eagles fans today, it's 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. That's the phone number, Jason. That's also the text number. I feel like most Eagles fans, and it's not being on the fence, Ray. Being on the fence, saying like it sounds like I feel better than you do. I feel good. I'm
unchanged.
You're unchanged.
Unchanged.
I've changed.
Slightly. You've changed.
I've changed slightly because now I do see the path to the Eagles ending up in the NFC Championship game and heading to the Super Bowl. I didn't believe that before. Let me ask you this. Better chance, Eagles in the Super Bowl or Eagles lose their first-round playoff game?
I can't just all of a sudden, because they beat that dreck of a team, favor them going to the Super Bowl over getting bounced early in the playoffs.
Because most likely they're going to be facing a 49ers team that might have more wins than you.
Yeah.
Right? The bottom of the NFC in the playoff bracket are all good teams. Detroit looks like they may miss out on the playoffs. I mean, geez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ray,
would you have felt better in 2023 if they had beat Arizona 31-0 about that collapse?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That would have done it.
Well, I mean,
or the Giants in week 18.
I would have felt much better if they would have beaten the Cardinals.
Okay. Well, they did beat the Giants the 1 week,
but they also gave up 20-some points in the second half to the Cardinals, which was, to me, that was the end.
Yeah, 35-31.
That was the end. That's like if you can't, because the division was on the line, they needed to win that game to remain the division to win.
And that team crawled back in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They sure did. Ray, how you feeling today, buddy?
Not really moved, honestly.
Attaboy.
From yesterday, where I think you asked me if I was diving in head first this whole thing.
You do a cannonball?
No, I did not. And I'm still not feeling that way today. It's a nice win. You need to do that. I enjoyed watching it. That was a nice change. So maybe that's the difference in the last couple of weeks. But other than that, that's a pathetic Raiders team. I mean, that's a Raiders team that's halfway to Cancun at this point. Like, it's over for them.
Pete Carroll's going to get whacked.
Right. Pete Carroll's talking about how hard they fight. That's never good for a head coach.
Yeah,
so,
when they clearly weren't fighting.
Right. Hey, guys, I promise, they're doing their work. They're doing the work. They're trying hard for me. Please.
And if there's a quarterback you don't want out there on a cold, windy day, it's Kenny Pickett in those little hands.
I don't want him out there on a balmy, perfect day. Give me a break, Kenny Pickett.
They were bad. They do not have talent on that team. They have a couple of pieces here and there. They suck. They do.
They need to be relegated.
But sometimes you just need that confidence. Sometimes, like in baseball.
I do agree with that.
In baseball, because it's such a mental game.
But that's 162 games. That's different.
But even if you go out, Bryce Harper is like when Bryce Harper gets in his head, he can struggle really bad, and that's where you see him get called. But when he's confident, he can be the best player in baseball.
And he can get right in a game.
So even if you're going up there and you're hitting off some bottom of the barrel bullpen guy on a bad team that's just throwing meatballs up there.
Ricky Batalico at the end when his arm was shot. Right?
I'm sure Ricky would appreciate.
No, but he's admitted it. His arm was shot,
and you hit right down the middle, boom, home run. That can kickstart you, getting you confidence, get you out of your own head. Different in football, agreed, but still, just even confidence in the offensive coordinator and the play caller and saying, like, hey, these are things that can work for us. So I am actually feeling a little bit better. Ray, maybe this is do we dare do a Twitter poll? We don't do Twitter polls on the show.
We could do a Twitter poll.
Can we do a live poll?
Let's do a Twitter poll.
On
I'm going to do
YouTube
Tom
right now?
Brokaw today.
All right.
NBC and I News.
Put it on YouTube. Is this team closer to going to the Super Bowl or losing in the first round of the playoffs?
I love it.
Because Ray is off the hook now. He's not have to walk to work. I tried to renegotiate the deal. You know, he was going to have, if the Eagles missed the playoffs, he had to walk to work with Harry from his house in Northern Liberties.
Really? That would have taken quite a long time.
2.5 hours be map custom.
And that is not a fun walk.
No.
Well, it wasn't going to be fun because of the weather, regardless.
Yeah.
So
You'd be out there like Yukon Jack.
I tried to renegotiate and say, well, if they lose in the playoffs, and he said, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So we can't do that anymore. But do you believe more in this team, and exactly where is the temperature today for the Eagles? 610-632-0975.
By the way, I got to bring something up.
Yeah.
How about those Vikings?
Ooh.
Remember that outright pick the other day?
Yeah, you did.
I had the outright over the Dallas Cowboys.
I didn't remember that until you just said it.
Yes.
That's another pick on the show. We can't miss right now, Ray.
Yes.
We were 3 for 3 this weekend.
I know.
And that not only I was taking the 6.5, but I said an outright. I thought they win the game. And the Vikings stink. And they went in there in Dallas.
They stink
and
out
got
loud,
the
too.
win.
By the way, just for the record,
Are you kidding me?
I did have the Dolphins last night.
Oh, I hate to do it to you, man.
All right. Well,
A lot of people like the Finns, though. We were seeing that in the YouTube comments.
Miami line.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. A former Eagle believes the NFC landscape should make you feel good. We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
they got a long way to go, right? We beat up on the Raiders today, right? But if you're the Eagles, you kind of feel like, hey, if we can get together, the Rams might have lost Devontae Adams for a little bit. Like, I don't know what's going on with that hamstring. It looked bad. He was cruising at that time. You've got Green Bay's lost Micah, lost Christian Watson. They've lost Tucker Kraft. These are tough injuries to overcome for the other teams in the NFC.
Yeah, Chris Long, he's right. Rams look like the best team in football.
Yeah.
That's right now.
They've earned that.
And it doesn't mean the Eagles would face them in the playoffs because matchups, let's say they have to face the 49ers or something, right? Like, I don't know how it would all play out. But
who was it? Who was the team that said, well, if we would have got to the NFC Championship game, we would have won the Super Bowl? Was it Minnesota the one year? When they were all
New
saying,
Orleans.
Or was it New
It
Orleans?
was the Minneapolis Miracle. Remember they lose to
That's right,
Vikings?
yeah. Oh, if we would have got there, we would have won.
Well, that's
you
the
didn't get there.
Well, that's the Phillies from this year, too.
Yeah.
We have a good club.
It's a fine line.
Fine line.
Let me tell you what I love about Chris Long that has nothing to do with what he actually said about the team. Or LeGarrette Blount did the same thing. He was on NFL Network, Good Morning Football, I think. He said we're talking about the Eagles.
Because he played for him.
But, like, playing for – Chris Long was only here for a little bit, but Chris Long is an Eagle.
Yeah.
And he was only here for a
love
couple of years. LeGarrette Blount was here for 1 year.
Won a Super Bowl.
And he's won a Super Bowl, and he's on Good Morning Football in an Eagles hoodie, and he's talking about
Yeah.
considers himself an Eagle. And it brings me such great pride that you have these – LeGarrette Blount won multiple Super Bowls. He was in New England. He bounced around. Chris Long's a great player. But yet now as they sit in the role in the media, they talk about the Eagles. Chris Long is an Eagle talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal to me.
Yeah, I love that too. And we see it all the time here. Like, this city gets this rap, obviously. But players that come here and play and that can handle this city, they usually end up staying here.
They're celebrated forever.
So many guys stay here. And it gives me pride too, because I love the area, as you do. And, you know, I love living here, 4 seasons, the culture, the sports, all of it. I love everything about it. And when people come in that are mercenary athletes and then they fall in love with it, that gives me pride.
Right.
Absolutely does.
When they have an idea what it's going to be like and they're like, wow, this is not what I expected.
Exactly.
And it's great.
Yeah.
What are people talking about?
They are not the stereotype that everybody said they are.
Right.
They will go to the wall for you if you go to the wall for them.
Yep.
And that's what we do. But real quick, to that, I just got a text from at John Kruk 215 on Twitter. He says, at John Marks Media, Jason Merton, Ray Dunn, chemo treatment number 9 today. Only 3 more after this. It's the home stretch. Watching you guys on the laptop from treatment. And he's wearing an Eagles hat.
Nice.
Got his drunk Eagles fan shirt on. Treatment number 9. That guy, and he's still dialed into the freaking show while he's sitting there getting chemo treatment. Number 9's no joke.
Yeah, you know.
So we are with you, brother.
You're damn right.
You keep fighting. What I see in that picture is a warrior.
Yep.
Good on.
And it's also because we will be critical and we will be mad and we will overreact a lot. And that's
all comes from a good place, though.
But that's the part of it. And what was it? It was after the Bears game. This national radio idiot had put a tweet out that I saw, and I lit into him where he said the most disloyal fans in the world. And you actually have it completely backwards. Yeah. The reason why we're as insane as we are, because here's what we're not doing. We're not saying, I'm not watching the team anymore, they're not good, or I'm going to pick another team. We're actually more insane and more dialed in when they're losing than when they're winning.
The engagement has always been higher when things are rough. That's just the fact. Like, you know this. You've done this a long time, as have I. You know, you go out and you beat a team. Phone doesn't ring as much. It's not as compelling of a week. You go out and lose to the Cowboys when you're supposed to beat them. Like, the phone, insane. The engagement on social media.
Go on the Wawa. Everybody's talking about it.
Exactly. Everybody is like, what is going on with this team? But this guy, that guy. And that's what's great about sports.
Yep.
Is the debate. This whole format started at the bar.
Yep.
You know, and at the water cooler. And it's migrated, obviously, to on the air, and it's why it works.
Let's go to Chuck. Chuck's calling from New York. Chuck, go ahead. Good morning, man. What up?
Gentlemen, good morning. Happy holidays. And I want to say it's my brother who's going through his 9th treatment right now, which is why people like Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount say we. For years, we had to deal with people like Carson Wentz, Ben Simmons, who did not represent Philadelphia in the tiniest bit because they weren't us. Gentlemen like that man going through his ninth treatment are why I am a diehard and proud Philadelphian, and why the right people will always say we and not them. Anyway,
well said.
I want to give this. I want to make sure that I attribute this to John Kincade because he brought this up last week or the week before. But I'm not sold on us going to the Super Bowl by any means. But I do have a glimmer of hope, and that glimmer of hope lies in the fact that the year after we lost to the Chiefs in 2022, their 2023 season, which kind of spiraled for a second as well as ours did, but they rebounded on Christmas Day, which we are 2 weeks away from. People were saying their season is over, and they lost. I can't remember who they lost to on Christmas Day, but they had a rebound and went back to the Super Bowl. We can do the same. We've got a better team. We had a three-game losing streak. 2 of those were against winning teams. Actually, all 3 of them are against winning teams. Like, we can do this. I've seen improvements. And, again, I'm not sold on the Super Bowl, but I've got a lot of hope.
I got the hope, too. Thanks for the call, Chuck, and great words. The problem for me is that the offensive line isn't going to magically get fixed because it's not magically going to get healthy. Right. Even though Lane Johnson's going to come back, that's a hard thing. An offensive line needs to play together a lot to have that chemistry. You don't think of a line play as something that, chemistry is a huge necessity, but it is.
Sure, yeah.
So that's my biggest concern at this point. The defense, I am not concerned about Vic Fangio's defense. They can win them around.
I mean, honestly, the offensive line, as much as we've talked about it, has it really been that bad? Here's why we think it has been. Because last year you can make the argument that was the best year of offensive line play in the history of the modern NFL.
Yeah, the side-by-side comparison is
tough. You think about that. You're talking about multiple Hall of Famers on the line. You're talking about all-pros in Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata. You had Mekhi Becton that was just a road grader and was a monster. So you're talking, and they were all healthy. So you're talking about a year where you had the perfect storm of Saquon Barkley fresh with everything to prove, and you had an offensive line that it just has monsters on it. Now you look at it this year, nobody's healthy. Lane Johnson's been out, and they've been able to get by. But, I mean, think about teams that have this type of an offense line
every year.
Big shift.
Well, we were here. We were there. We've been there.
Before Andy.
Yeah, Danny Watkins and Sean Andrews, and who would be a good player if he wasn't bananas.
Well, and you go back to when they didn't prioritize the offensive line before Andy got here.
Never.
You're literally having guys that are 1-year projects.
Andy changed it when he signed John Runyon.
Yep.
That's what changed it. And then you get Trey, and you end up with that great offensive line.
All right, coming up, Peter Schrager talked about the Eagles' win and what it did for the city and the team. Is he right? We'll play that for you coming up next. Your phone calls, your text. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies signed Adolis Garcia. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies announced officially this morning they've signed outfielder Adolis Garcia. He was not tenured by the Texas Rangers this offseason. Garcia was the 2023 ALCS MVP, but has had 2 rough years at the plate afterwards while still being a good fielding right fielder. The deal is for a year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they're back to work preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game. They'll be preparing for former Eagles quarterback Marcus Mariota. The Commanders announced will start the final 3 games of the season in place of the injured Jaden Daniels.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, DQ, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
That's head coach of the Commanders, Dan Quinn, breaking down the decision to sit down Daniels. We'll have Jeff Mosher of Inside the Birds and the Philly Voice coming up at 12:55. Break down everything going on with the Birds. Flyers, the Canadians tonight up in Montreal. You can listen to that game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery, the experts at Batteries Plus can replace it in about 20 minutes. Want longer battery life? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
of the season. They win 31-0, and it's an absolute romp with a balanced offense. 12 rushing first downs, 12 passing first downs. He threw 3 incompletions, and one of them was a surefire touchdown that Dallas Goedert just happened to drop. The Barbarians were at the gate, and Cam and Stephen A., they kept them at bay. And to me, in that market, with what this week's narrative would have been, that was an enormous performance from Jalen Hurts.
That's Peter Schrager. It sounds like on First Take. Unfortunately, we're back. Middays with Marks. Jason Bertinas.
I just voted on the poll.
So did I. On YouTube?
Yeah. It's 50-50 right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Eagles, how was it worded, Ray? Closer to missing the playoffs?
What's
or
most
no?
likely to happen?
What's most likely to happen? The Eagles losing in the first round of the playoffs or the Eagles making the Super Bowl? I was looking at some odds this morning on the BetParks app. And
is that still open after I slayed it?
I mean,
the Viking pick?
I think they had
Ray?
It's
I think
still
they're
open.
still open.
All right.
They are. So if you look at the futures in the NFL right now, let me pull it back up. But who would you say is the favorite to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC? It's fairly obvious.
The Rams.
Rams at plus 175. Who would be second?
From the NFC, maybe the Seahawks because of the path.
Plus 375 because the Seahawks could easily win the division.
And it's the path.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they're the number 1 seed, they would be likely to do it. Who's number 3
in the NFL or the
in
NFC?
the NFC to go to the Super
It's
Bowl?
got to be the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles are plus 525.
Wow.
Then you have the Packers with Micah Parsons' injury. I don't know if that affected them. Niners plus 1,000. Bears plus 1,300.
Wow.
And then, so you have that. So it's they're not heavy, deep underdogs to make the Super Bowl.
Well, they're still thought of because they went to last year's too. So that I think that helps them a little bit.
Here's what happens though. Once the NFC West is decided, if that's the Seahawks or the Rams, those odds will drop.
Yeah.
So the Eagles will actually be the number 2 team.
Yeah.
As far as odds to go to the Super Bowl.
Because it'll splinter their 2 odds,
right.
for
The
sure.
The only reason why they're even close is because it's unsure who's going to win the NFC West and
Bingo.
be the number 1 seed.
It's exactly right.
Exactly right. So, and Schrager's so right. And by the way, Schrager, I like Schrager a lot.
Me too.
It was he does a good job. He's not hot takey, but he also says stuff.
No.
So it's a good balance.
He's got conviction in what he believes.
Yeah. He's good. And he's right. And he called the fans barbarians. We would have looked like barbarians had there been some early 3-and-outs against that bad Raiders team.
Remember, I brought that up last week. If there's first 2, if there would have been 3-and-outs in that cold, that people would have gone bananas.
Correct.
Bananas. So thank God it didn't happen.
All right, Ray, what are people saying on the text line here as far as their feelings on the Eagles? It's surprising. I'm actually I am the most optimist of the group here today.
You are. Usually you're like a sad sack.
Yes. Sad sack.
Yeah, we got Larry Adelco checking in here saying it doesn't matter what happened on Sunday. They beat the lowly Raiders. I think Roman Catholic could have beaten that team.
Not wrong.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
They were really. You know how hard it is to get shut out in the NFL these days?
I think the Indiana football team would beat that Raiders team.
They got more talent.
Yes, they do.
They certainly
and well
have more talent.
coached.
All right.
I mean, they're that bad where we're going to open that. That's going to be a national conversation at the end of the season. It's going to be a nice crossover to promote college football playoff and talk about how bad one football teams are. That'll lead to a holiday show of Get Up for sure.
We've done it on here.
Yeah. 6-1.
It was Alabama. Would Alabama beat the worst team?
Under Nick Saban.
Yeah, under Nick Saban, where they beat the worst team in the NFL. And
the answer is no, but yeah.
Yeah, everybody said no. The Raiders, I'm not so sure.
They are really bad. And it's a shame because you got a team in Vegas. It could be a great, but, oh, man, they are just horrid. Ever since that time when they hired Gruden again, things just went totally sideways.
Right.
And they have not recovered.
Well, remember, they hired Mayock to be the GM.
Yep.
And the draft picks that they had, they were so bad in the draft, high draft picks.
Yeah, just misses.
Misses and misses and misses. They have little talent on that team. Any more, Ray?
Yeah, we got Mike checking in here from Jersey saying the Eagles' Super Bowl chances rely on one thing, the quarterback. It was okay for him against the Raiders, but I'm still not sure that he's going to get to the level that we need him to play at or run the ball enough for us to win big this year.
See, I disagree with that. I think when the rubber meets the road and he has to run the ball, he will run the ball because he knows it's win or go home. So I think there's a different mental approach to his game in the playoffs.
Isn't it? Because we've seen him in big games be able to throw the ball great. He outplayed Pat Mahomes. The year where they struggled, the whole team had you had to know going in, or at least in hindsight, you had to see that the Bucs were going to beat you on the road, and they did. This team doesn't feel like that.
No, it definitely feels different. There's similarities, but it's not.
It doesn't feel toxic. It doesn't feel toxic.
Yeah.
That team at the end was toxic. Those guys knew they weren't winning anything, and it looked like that when they played that game. This team doesn't have that feel, even with the A.J. Brown stuff and the whatever. But, I mean, really, I agree with the texter. This team, and actually I said this too. Who did I say this to last week and they disagreed with me? I said this team will only go as far as Jalen Hurts' arm will lead them.
Yep.
And whoever it was said, no, he disagrees. It was the feet. This team will only go as far as Jalen Hurts' feet, how far they will get them, because if he's willing and able to be a part of the running game, that sets up everything else.
Yeah, that's an X factor element that he brings. The play calling in the Raider game, on first down, they ran the ball 12 times. They threw the ball 12 times. The most important number that I come out offensively from the Raiders game is that they went 10 for 13 on third down. They have been horrible on first down this year, or on third down, rather. So getting that right is a huge element to their offensive success. But again, it's against the Raiders.
Yeah, and
so how do you measure it?
Well, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. They're on your schedule. You can't change that.
Let's not fool around here. The Raiders suck.
Yeah, they're horrible.
So it's great. The Eagles did exactly what they were supposed to do. They smashed them. The defense dominated them and everything else. But what does this offense look like? I mean, my biggest concern is the passing offense with Jalen Hurts. It just is, because when he's not confident and he's not making strong throws, that's where he's unsure of himself. He's in the pocket. He just wants to bail out of the pocket or whatever. A confident Jalen Hurts knows where he's going with the ball, is decisive, makes those throws, and when they struggle, he's not doing that at all.
Well, how concerned are you, though, about the play calling strategic element of it? Is Kevin Patullo now all of a sudden out of the crosshairs?
No.
No,
it's the first. He'll be the first suspect if and when the team struggles.
So he's in the lineup.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you get into the playoffs. See, it worries me about their play calling and their ability to adjust after the first half into the third quarter. Where last year they were ace. They come out in the third quarter, have a 13-play drive for 12 and a half minutes and death knell a team all the time. This year that has not
been the case. No, they can't. You're right. That's when the Eagles are at their best. All right, coming up. By the way, Phillies make their move yesterday, and they signed Garcia. Coming up, we're going to give our lineups, what we think the potential lineups for the Phillies are going to look like post that move and what else they could do. But also coming up next, former NFL running back Damian Harris, who cites the Eagles' championship pedigree as a reason to believe. Does it make sense? Do you believe it? We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
made a lot of conversation about the Philadelphia Eagles have championship pedigree. They have championship DNA. A game like this, if they just all lock in and get confidence from this game and they find a rhythm, well, guess what I'm going to say? They've got just as good of a chance as anybody else to make a run and defend their championship. They do, because they've been there before. They just, obviously we know, they're not a perfect team. They have their flaws. But again, they have the pieces, and as long as they put those pieces together, look at what they can do.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you because you're
not wrong.
This is what I do. Ray does play-by-play, so he's probably a little closer to, even if it's the Temple teams or whatever, he's a little bit closer. You're very much day-to-day, knee-deep with the Flyers.
Embedded?
You're embedded
like an
with the
embedded
Flyers.
guy?
You are. So I think, like, how much does the pedigree matter, especially at this time of year?
Ton.
It does.
Ton. It matters a ton. And having just been there, so many of these guys on this team went through it last year. So they know what to expect. It's almost like you know how to pace yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, because a lot of people don't think about the mental, emotional part of a long season. And you have to pace yourself to peak at the right time.
Right.
And they have a lot of those guys. Remember back in 2004, when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, they felt like they played the game before the game was played. They shot their energy out because they couldn't control the adrenaline. You learn from that. Sometimes that's why they say sometimes you got to lose before you can win, because you learn from it. This team has a lot of, in key positions, mind you, championship pedigree, including the quarterback, obviously, guys on that defensive line, the coaching staff for the most part, the running back, the offensive line, so there's really key elements that are championship pedigree, which does give them an advantage over a team that does not have championship pedigree.
You had said this a couple weeks ago that their whole routine had been thrown off because of primetime games, because of a Friday game, because of a Monday night game and traveling or whatever. And now what are you seeing? Now they play Saturday this week.
Yeah.
Which again kind of throws it off.
Not as much, though.
Right.
Yeah.
You're taking the train down to D.C. or whatever.
Easy travel.
So you're not worried about that. But, so now you're kind of back, and now you can get – because now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Now's the time to say, okay, like, if we were saving anything, like Jalen on running the ball, if we were saving stuff that we want to put out there too early because we're worried about the rest of the league seeing it, now's the time to start introducing everything. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
As Harry would say, empty the bag.
Time to do it.
Yeah, you got to start pulling everything out and things you've been working on all season, some of which haven't worked on enough to where you feel comfortable, others where you do that nobody has seen yet. So it's a good point he makes. Who was that again? Damian
Harris.
Who did he play for?
Patriots.
Okay.
Right? Most notably the Patriots?
Yeah.
He's a Bill, too.
But no, it's a good point. Championship pedigree, it does mean something.
Sure.
Absolutely does.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been the majority or
two Super Bowls.
Yeah, the core of this team has been the two Super Bowls.
Yeah.
They saw the losing end, they saw the winning end. And by the way, here's the other thing, and this is where I kind of was a couple weeks ago. It's so hard to win back-to-back years for so many different reasons. Health is a big reason this year that they were having struggles, but like with Saquon.
Yeah.
And I've had people say this to me, and I halfway agree. When you have so much to prove, and you were the Giants drafted you, didn't want to give you a new contract, you go to the division rival, everybody's talking bad about you, the Giants fans are burning jerseys, you come out and you run for 2,000 yards, and you're doing flips over players, and you win the Super Bowl, you're the toast of the town, you're the toast of the city, you're the toast of the NFL, you're on the Madden cover, and now you got to play 17 regular season games the next year.
Before we get to one that really matters.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's just to a
championship hangovers are real. There's no doubt about it.
It's so hard to win back-to-back for that reason, and the NFL's difficult.
And you play longer than everybody else. Like the body goes through that too.
The amount of snaps this team played. I mean, and geez, the offensive line with run blocking as much as they were, and the tush pushes and everything else.
There's wear and tear.
And Lane's practicing. So
I don't think crazy early.
I don't think he plays this week. It makes more sense that he would play against the Bills. He doesn't need to come out on the short week and play against
this dude,
the Commanders.
Is an absolute stone cold warrior.
He's an animal.
He is a farm animal, this guy. I mean, year in and year out. I mean, he has been around what seems like forever at this point. But, Jesus, was he a good pick?
No doubt.
Got to give Chip.
Yeah, but Chip did a couple good things.
Yeah.
Whether it was Chip, Zach Ertz was another good one from Chip.
Very good.
That's some good players.
Didn't draft Mariota.
I was actually thinking about that with Ray. You remember when
Do the deal.
Well, do the deal, which was all about Mariota. But you remember when they announced Marcus Mariota at the draft and Goodell stumbled over his name?
Yeah.
It wasn't a smooth, clean announcement. But yeah, I was working with Anthony. I had a studio set up in Hawaii. We were going to go to Hawaii for the draft.
Anthony is traveling. Oh, jeez.
And then ultimately, Nahagian didn't want us to do it because he was like, well, what if they don't draft him?
The story's here still. Yeah. He's not going to be in Mariota's going to be there for 6 more seconds. Then he's on a plane here.
But anyway, yeah. Thank God.
Summer League. Go to Vegas.
That was fun.
I'm sure it was. It was Vegas.
Yeah, I went to – we were also on 3 o'clock local time.
Yeah. Yeah, doing mornings is a little different.
Doing mornings. I remember sitting out the car at waiting for Anthony to wake up, and then Jamie comes limping out. I'm like, we're on the air in like 45 minutes. We still got to drive.
Oh, and Jamie goes out there and gets buckled.
We had some fun. All right, Phil's had a big signing yesterday. I'm excited to talk about this. I actually dropped, so everybody that's watching on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, like there's so many different reasons to subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. Not only just to watch the shows live and to get involved in the conversation, and they're very feisty today in the chat. They're ripping me, saying I'm a fake Christmas person. I don't really like
Christmas person.
They're saying that I just say that I like Christmas.
Like Saquon.
Well, this guy says, who is the most likely to never sing a Christmas carol ever again? Marks or Jason? Ray, Marks, or Jason? Well, Ray's in a boy band, so they would do like the boy band version.
He would do it because it involves alcohol. You're not a drinker.
No, I don't drink. Would I sing a Christmas carol? Yeah, I would sing it, but not as me.
Oh, well, how about this, Mr. Smarty Pants on YouTube? I actually last year was on. One of the neighbors rented a tractor with a big thing in the back to carry you.
Yeah,
like a
hayride.
Yeah, and we went around the neighborhood singing Christmas carols.
And you were belting it out.
Belting it out.
Is that right?
All the families, the kids, drinking.
Jingle bells, jingle, the whole thing.
We'd go up and knock on people's doors, and then they would open the door.
Spreading
and
holiday cheer.
Yes, that was me. I love the holidays.
Good on you.
Ray, I would have went down to your house if I would have known where you lived.
It would have been too far. We're at that side of the district where it's all the way over there. Yeah.
It would have been too far.
Don't mix that.
See, I picture Ray like living in like the Pine Barrens. Like the woods.
Well, it's because of the beard. And,
he looks like a woodsman.
I mean, there are woods right behind my house.
Yeah.
Not that we grew up in the woods, but
you're a woodsman.
I'm a woodsman.
All right, coming up.
I would sing it as Anthony.
Yeah.
That's how I would sing it.
Actually, coming up on maybe you can do that today because we have the 50 best Christmas songs ranked by USA Today. That's coming up a little later.
Is that right?
Yeah, we kind of saved the music ones for you.
All right. How about a little Bing Crosby? Yeah. Dean Martin.
How's it go?
Yeah. Oh, I got to look it up. I sang one day that El King song as him when I was working with Mike. I'm a boy, turned into a... And the hotline rings when I get done. And I answer. He goes, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, if memory serves correct, he wasn't the biggest fan of the Anthony song.
He thought I was making fun of him, but I used to tell him, no, Bo, it's an homage.
Coming up, Jason sings Christmas carols. Also, Phillies signed Adolis Garcia yesterday. What does it make the lineup look like? We're going to dive in. I'm going to give you my lineup. Ray, Jason, all of us. And what else do they need to do? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies address the outfield. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies officially announced this morning that they've signed Adolis Garcia, who was non-tenured by the Texas Rangers earlier this offseason. Garcia was the 2023 ALCS MVP, but over the last 2 years has seen the bat struggle while still remaining one of the better fielding right fielders in all of baseball. The deal with him is for 1 year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they'll get back to work preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game. They'll be preparing for former Eagles quarterback Marcus Mariota. The Commanders announced we'll start the final 3 games in place of the injured Jaden Daniels. Here is Dan Quinn talking about the decision.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, DQ, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
and it's a whole no way he's going to play against Saturday or against the Eagles on Saturday. We will have Jeff Mosher to break down the Birds and everything going on with them coming up at 12:55 on the show. Flyers and Canadians tonight. You can listen to the game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for our quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
you some suggestions for an all-request show again.
All right, so here's the idea. We're back. Middays with Marks, 97.5. The Fanatic, John Marks, Jason Retitis, Ray Dunn. So later on this hour, we'll actually go over this USA Today top 50 best Christmas song list. But then coming back, select hits as the Cuz Jason Retitis
Oh,
picks.
great one here. Run, Run, Rudolph by Chuck Berry.
That's one of my favorite songs.
That is a good one.
Because I think Sheryl Crow has a version of that as well, which is good, but the Chuck Berry version is the best. One of my favorites.
Sheryl Crow, super sexy in her day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, great artist.
Her playing a bass. Any woman that can handle a bass, that's a big instrument.
I'm talking about bass. All right. Phillies sign Adolis Chapman, 1-year contract. It's essentially the Max Kepler deal of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But Kepler sucks, so we're hoping it's not the Max Kepler deal of
It's an upgrade
of this season. I mean, listen, we'll see. But everything that we talked about yesterday, I put out and this is what I was actually trying to talk about when I was talking about the YouTube, the Fanatic YouTube. I did a video last night where I did about 15 minutes talking about the signing and what the lineup looks like and everything else. So you'll find things like that from me on 97.5's YouTube. So make sure you like, subscribe. Got to get those subscriber
Ring the
numbers
bell.
up. Yep, ring the bell. So what does this mean for the lineup? So before we do the lineup, Ray, tell me if you would agree with this. Most likely, the signing of Garcia will put Bader out. So not telling you that they couldn't sign. Maybe they trade Bohm and they want Bader. But this would lead me to believe that Crawford's now your center fielder. Garcia's in right, and it's going to be a combination of Kemp and Marsh in left field.
Seems like that'd be the case.
So you agree?
So Bohm's staying now.
I mean, something could happen. Doesn't feel like it to me.
Still could happen.
It could. No, it could. And then if that happened, that means Bohm's gone, and then are they going to sign a third baseman then, or are they putting Kemp at third base with
Sosa?
With Amundo Sosa.
I mean, they've talked up Kemp enough this offseason where it seems like there is some sort of a role there where they want you to believe that they think he is good enough to handle it.
They're preparing you for him being a starter.
Yeah, a big part of what they're doing.
Yep.
Whether it's a corner outfield platoon, or whether it's third base, it's something.
Right. So I think right now, and this could change, but I think the better chance Bohm stays than not. And I don't believe, because if you were to bring Bader back and he's your center fielder, Garcia's going to be your right fielder. That's where he's playing. He's your right fielder. And then from there, it's Crawford in center. And they've prepared you for Crawford being the center fielder, too, because they've said, we think Crawford's a center fielder. He can definitely play center field.
Yeah, so they're bought in on that.
Correct. Or at least publicly they're saying that. And he's played center in the minors, so he can do it. I think ideally he's probably your left fielder, but he's your center fielder. And then you have that combo of Marsh and Kemp in left field. Now, if Bader was your center fielder, then what? Then you have Crawford playing left because Crawford's going to start this year. Then you have Crawford playing left. And then what? Marsh is playing where? And I don't think you're moving off of Marsh. Marsh is a good value. He's a good player. I'd almost rather have, because Bader's right-handed and he plays a better center field. But Marsh offensively, you can make the argument you'd rather have Bader over the course of a contract. Bader's never did.
You'd rather have Marsh over a contract, you're saying?
What I'm saying is I'd rather have Marsh than sign Bader, because then what do you do with Marsh?
Trading him is the only thing there.
You trade him, but
then you lose him.
But then you lose him.
You lose what he brings, yeah.
And I'm fine with trading him, but what are you getting in return? A reliever?
Are you better overall if you do that? No.
I don't think so. I think you're about the same regardless. It's an uninspiring outfield.
Right. I mean, the only argument in favor of Bader is he's a guy that's going to play every day, and Marsh is a guy who's going to play 5 days a week.
Yes.
He's still not
with Kemp playing
lefties.
2 days a week.
Yeah.
Bader's a bona fide everyday center fielder.
Right.
Marsh is not. You're right.
And the one thing with Marsh, especially this corner platoon and left, like those 2 days, you are really downgrading in terms of defense.
Yeah.
You got two guys who are positionless that are just playing left field because they're right-handed.
Yeah. No,
so
sure.
I mean, yeah, that's just the way to look at it. I don't really have very strong feelings on go grab Bader and trade Marsh. I'm just saying there was an opportunity that still existed if you move money around.
The reason why I like Marsh too is he's controllable and doesn't cost that much money. And Bader's I'm not giving Bader a 3A. I'm not giving him 3 for 40 or anything like that. That'd be a mistake. You could bring him back. If he would have said yes to the option, that's great. I would have loved to see him come back for a year.
2 for 25?
maybe 2.
Does he want to do that, though?
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, if
go.
he gets something better. I
But-
think if he got something better, though, he'd be signed by now.
But agreed, and he's probably still trying to get a third year, and he's only getting 2-year offers. I'm not giving him 3. I don't even think the Phillies want to give him 2. I don't. Garcia, to me, tells me Bader's not coming back.
Well, if they're not
More
going to
than
give him 2, he ain't staying. He'll find somewhere else to get to.
I'm sure he has.
Somebody will give him 2.
I'm sure he's got an offer out there that beats what the Phillies are offering right now.
Yeah.
And if that Bader also said goodbye on Instagram, and then his agent obviously told
Yeah, that
him,
was
don't
baloney.
do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. What are
You're
you doing?
killing my leverage, dude.
Right. All right, so here's my lineup, Ray. Turner leads off. That's the easy one. There's been too much talk about Harper and Schwarber flip-flopping. Harper bats second in this scenario, and Schwarber's batting third. Bryce Harper needs protection.
Yeah.
Last year with Bohm batting behind him, he didn't see
There was no protection.
and he didn't see strikes. They weren't throwing him strikes, and he was chasing because he was trying to do too much. So I'm going to go Turner, Harper, Schwarber bats third. The problem is who's your cleanup hitter? It remains the same problem. Now, if Bohm is on the team, which I believe now, or at least in this scenario he is, he's your cleanup hitter. Because unless you're putting Otto Kemp there, I am not putting Garcia as your cleanup hitter. He's your worst hitter on the team as far as being selective and approach at the plate and things like that. He's got great raw power.
But now Bohm doesn't protect Schwarber.
So, right. So do you really want to put Schwarber in the position of now he's not getting balls to hit,
Yeah.
and he's trying to do too much because he's trying to live up to the contract and hit 50
Yeah.
more home runs? Ray? I mean, Schwarber at least,
There's your flaw.
Schwarber at least, it's the flaw with the Phillies lineup.
Yeah.
Schwarber at least is comfortable taking walks, and Bryce was not as comfortable taking walks.
He wants to put the ball in play.
Right. And Schwarber will take the walk and get on base. So far, what do you think?
I don't love it just because you're going to get so many less plate appearances for Schwarber. Like the 2 guys ahead of him,
Where would you put Schwarber?
2.
2. I mean,
How many you get so many less?
I'm just saying I watched 2 playoff games end with Schwarber on deck.
Okay.
Like they played 4 playoff games. I watched Turner ground out to end one, and then the game that Kerkering threw away, Schwarber was due up the next inning to bat to lead off. Like that was
I never got there.
that was the thing that killed me about that play was that you had the Dodgers bullpen against Schwarber to start the next inning.
Right.
Like, and now
Which is exactly what you want.
moving him further down the lineup just means less opportunities. I get it because I'm looking at it more from the 21st century analytically driven. Get your best hitter as many opportunities way.
Who can hit it into the next,
Right.
into the upper deck?
Like what you're saying, I don't disagree with the logic behind it of Harper needs more protection. My issue kind of comes down to, all right, fine, if you want to flip-flop 2 of them, see how that goes for a couple months, because we did the whole Turner's going to lead off. We'll see how it works, and it worked. So if it works out for you, you want to try something new, you think you can generate more runs, I'm not against it. Beyond them is the biggest issue I see with this lineup, because Bohm 4,
Yeah, I hate it.
I think it has to be with this current team, given the way Garcia kind of has the reverse splits and is better against righties somehow than lefties over the last couple of years. And last year they got exposed in the playoffs by left-handed relievers being able to come in to face Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, and then you had Marsh at 5. So that, to me, what you do beyond those top 3 is more the issue, and I still don't see a good scenario for
All
it.
right, well, listen, Marsh is back at 5, playing left field.
Oh, see-
Marsh can't. Well, who are you going to put?
No, I think I got to stack 2 righties there just to make the manager think.
Marsh Kemp. That's your platoon.
I don't want Kemp
What
back.
are you putting? Are you putting Marsh 4th?
No.
Hold on a second.
I want
Oh.
Marsh further down is where I'm going.
Okay.
Let me be clear about this with Garcia. He's got the worst approach at the plate than anybody on your team, except maybe Rojas. No, but worse than that. He's up there swinging.
I know he's up there swinging.
But so you want to put him in a position where they can easily just say, we're not going to throw you a strike, because then if he's behind you, then you have Marsh and Kemp behind them. Why would they throw him a strike unless you have guys on base? And even then, I wouldn't throw him a strike.
Well, if they're going to throw him a strike, that'd be great because he's going to swing at the ones that aren't.
Let's keep it real. Garcia's got the real potential to suck.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not getting younger. This has the potential to suck.
Correct.
And the only reason he signed is because there's potential he doesn't, and he hits 30 home runs. But there's no reason to believe other than it's the National League and maybe he has the good year, not the bad year. His on base percentage 2 straight years has been under 284 on base percentage.
Yeah.
So I want him to. I want to be able to use him.
So you want to bury him?
Well, I don't want to bury him because you don't want to put him too low in the lineup, but I don't want him in. Like people that say to bat him cleanup, you're out of your mind. He's not a good enough hitter to be hitting cleanup. Now, maybe if he's hot,
Then you move them up.
But
because you can move all these spots around.
yeah,
for sure.
You don't have to set this in the beginning of the season and set it and forget it.
so if you still have Bohm, Bohm's probably a cleanup hitter. If you don't have Bohm, who's the cleanup hitter?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
Kemp?
I can't go
Kemp is a better power hitter than Bohm.
Yeah, but is Kemp a better hitter in his career than Adolis Garcia? Like that's where this comes
You
down
can't go
to.
by career though. You got to go by now.
I have my now with Kemp is 8 home runs and a 230 average. That's what I'm saying.
But you have to go with projection too. And I know that I'm the biggest Kemp fan in the Delaware Valley, and I'm not trying to get too crazy. But if it's Garcia or Kemp, if Kemp's struggling, or I don't want Kemp as my cleanup hitter. Let me make
That's what
that
I mean.
very clear.
That's
But Bohm is your cleanup hitter, who's a
know.
singles hitter.
it's the tough nature of where they're at.
All right, let me go. Marsh, Kemp, Garcia 6, Real Muto 7, Stott 8, Crawford 9. I'd actually like to see Real Muto hit a little higher up in the lineup because he's a better hitter, but I don't want to bury Garcia too far down because of his potential. Maybe Garcia's your 7th hitter, and Real Muto's batting 6th. Stott,
What
Crawford?
if Real Muto goes to 5?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
You can move him to 5, and then you move Garcia to 7.
This exercise
You
is
can
a
do that.
great way to
Stott,
make you
Crawford.
feel bad about the signing.
But also this lineup.
The flaw.
Yeah, but look at the lineup. Turner, Harper, Schwarber, that's fine. But then you have Bohm, Marsh, Garcia, Real Muto, Stott, and Crawford. Like, when you look at a championship lineups, that's not exactly
That doesn't look good.
screaming October.
Yeah, that doesn't go, I'm going to beat the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Fine line.
All right, coming back, we'll talk more about it. 610-632-0975. So far, Ray, I want your lineup. And by the way, this isn't the lineup I would have. This is my guess at the lineup. Because I mean, I guess Bohm would be your cleanup hitter. It's part of the problem with this team. And
I don't know that you have a choice that's not your lineup. You don't have much variability here.
You don't.
It's like a debate where you go, this is almost has to be it.
All right, we'll come back. We're going to have some Christmas carols coming back as well.
How about that?
All right, don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks.
Philadelphia.
Christmas ball. South Philly, the whole thing.
Just like the one
I used to know. Do you listen to Christmas music?
Yes.
During the season?
You don't have a choice.
Well, no, you do. You have a choice of Ricky Boda's not like.
To hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Because it's Christmas, featuring Jason.
Because it's Christmas. I'm dreaming of an NBA championship.
Keep dreaming. Sixers, they have like 5 days off. They don't play till Friday.
Did I ever tell you the story when Anthony got so mad at me because Ben Simmons in that game against the Chinese team hit like 2 threes, and he came in and he was so excited. Hitting threes, the whole thing, working with Drew Handlin or whoever the guy was, right? And I'm like, you got like the lawn chairs out for the parade. I'm like, this was the Chinese team. Like, settle down. He was so mad at me that I poo-pooed it. What do you mean?
Yeah, just enjoy it.
A three's a three.
Yep.
Come on, Mo. Yeah, Joe Ben.
When was that? When was the China? I remember the game. I don't remember when it was. Yeah,
it was like before season, and we saw those videos of Ben working out.
At the elementary school, yeah.
Yeah. Crossover, pull-up tree. Whole thing.
2019 preseason.
Okay.
Oh, that was years of fired. Maybe that got me fired.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Halloween, I got fired that year.
There you go.
It was right before that.
All right.
Maybe that's the culprit. That's why I got canned.
See, you see that? Shouldn't have made fun of him. Shouldn't have taken the joy away from him. There you go. All right. So, Jason, you asked me an interesting question during the break. You said, what do you think of Topper? And it's really, for me, this is after the Phillies lost last season, you know you're going to get it when teams lose, when teams underachieve, especially, honestly, when you look at the worries going into the postseason. What were you worried about? You were worried about the offense is going to go cold. It did.
Yep. And
you worry about the manager making a couple of decisions that don't work out. That happened. He had the whole bunting situation where you gave up the out and everything else. So, I was perfectly fine with Topper, and I thought he should have came back. He's earned that. But this is kind of the year. I can't have another early playoff exit. I can't have another offense goes cold.
Team peaks at the wrong time.
Right. I can't have it. And even if it's not his fault, because baseball managers kind of are what they are. They're not football coaches where you're doing X's and O's and you're calling plays.
There's key decisions to be made, of course.
There are. And it's about...
But it's managing.
You're managing players.
Yes.
And when you've done the same thing a number of years in a row, if you're not making any progress, then you have to change either the players or the voice.
Yeah, he's got to evolve.
Yeah.
And figure it out so that they're peaking at the right time. And if he doesn't do that this year, then you got... And again, like you said, it's not his fault, but that's the reality of sport.
Yep.
Sometimes a new voice lights a fire. What a new voice does a lot of times for players, too, it can be the same exact message, just that it's coming from different lips.
So in hockey, I feel like hockey is the ultimate. You get rid of a guy because his message isn't being heard by the team, and the team's not listening to him anymore. What is it?
Well, first of all, the average tenure of an NHL coach is under 2 years now.
What?
I'm not even kidding.
The average?
The average tenure is like 1.92 seasons.
So why is that?
The reason is because when you grow up playing the sport, like mite hockey, peewee, bantam, midget, is 2 years. And if you're a high-level player, it's not dad that's coaching the team. It's a coach, right? So you're in peewee, you have a coach for 2 years, then you go to bantam, you get a new coach for 2 years, then you go to midget, you get a new coach for 2 years. So you were constantly changing the voice and the expectation and proving yourself. So I think that plays into the long game as well. Baseball is a little bit different, but where you don't change a manager quite that often.
Right.
But, yeah, that's the old tried and true thing. You can't fire the players. You can fire the manager or the coach.
I think it's so true. Like Ken Hitchcock he pays immediate dividends. He comes in.
Yep.
Guys are playing for him. They're playing hard. And then like that.
They want to kill him.
They want him out.
Yeah.
Laviolette went from being like, wow, he's awesome, to he came out that next season, and you could tell it's like, wow, what the hell happened?
Yeah, he had his 2 good years, and then he got fired after the first Peter Laviolette show with me.
And when it goes bad, it goes bad.
It goes really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just check out on a guy.
Vigneault, they did the same thing.
Well, he was an interim, but yeah, and that was after AV, who
right.
totally checked out after COVID. He checked out. It wasn't the players that checked. He checked out.
And then Tortorella,
who never checks out but burns out.
Right.
But he's he's the outlier because his average length of tenure as an NHL coach is 5.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he coached in Tampa for a long time.
Vancouver.
In Vancouver 1 year.
Okay.
But
Rangers
he was in the
for-
Rangers for 7 years or 6 years, and he was with Columbus for 6 years. And then he did 2 and change here.
Would you agree this year? Do you need to see? I'm not saying the Phillies, Ray. I'm not saying the Phillies need to win a World Series.
I am.
So World Series or bust or Thompson's gone.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, but it's also like I'm just not going to fire him to fire him. If they make a World Series and they lose because they're
the Dodgers are great.
So we talked about this line. We talked about
We
this
have a good
lineup.
club.
They're not the Dodgers.
No.
This lineup
Nobody
isn't a great lineup, but it is about how you're playing at the end of the season going into the playoffs. They do have really good pitching. The bullpen's looking great, but you had said the set it and forget it. Charlie Manuel had a set it and forget it lineup.
Oh, he did. Big time.
There you go. Boom. You literally didn't have to even tinker with it really at all.
When Victorino panned out the way he did, and Worth did on right field, and then you already had Rollins, Utley, Howard, you had all those guys, then it was set it and forget it.
That is not this team.
No. Not at all.
Ray, what's your lineup?
God, I miss that team, by the way.
Yeah, just talking about it makes me smile.
Oh, it just gave me a warm feeling.
And it's not even the 3 guys we always talk about. It's Victorino and Worth, who were so good.
Yeah.
All-star
Matt
players.
Stairs and,
Awesome.
just all of
Pedro Feliz was
Yeah.
exactly what you needed. Chooch. How can you not mention
And
Chooch?
Chooch, yeah. I mean, come on. They were so much. Cole Hamels was at the Flyers game the other night. I saw him.
I heard.
I love that team. Yeah. They just, and every guy was different, like from a personality standpoint.
You think about that lineup and you look at this lineup.
I choose not to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
compare
Look at
those
the
two.
outfield.
No, yeah.
That's the simple difference here. Look at that outfield.
That outfield. Yeah, you're right. That is the biggest thing.
This outfield, not good. That outfield, stacked.
It's unreal. It's just that team was so good.
We didn't even bring up Pat the Bat.
Yeah.
We're talking about those.
Yeah. And like no guy in this city has gotten more of a leash than Pat the Bat. We just loved him for some reason, even though there were times, you remember that inside pitch that was always a strike? That
He did the shimmy. Yeah.
all the time. But the way he showed up at the parade with the dog and the whole thing was awesome.
A success story, drafted by the Phillies, #1 overall, won a world championship.
I don't know why that team doesn't get talked about as beloved as like some other teams in this town.
All right, Ray, what do you got?
All right, I'm keeping with the top 3 they went with last year in Turner, Schwarber, Harper, and mostly just because I'm not going to do the Schwarber leadoff conversation again. Turner did fine there. I thought it was perfectly fine, but I want to get Schwarber as many plate appearances as possible. Looking at the options, we just did it. It's Dyer at cleanup. Bohm is probably still there for me. I'm going to give Garcia the opportunity to bat 5th. I just want to see 2 right-handed bats back-to-back there. Then you can get your left field platoon in there. Realmuto could bat 7 for me. And then whatever they do at second base, whether it's a platoon again, the Sosa and Stott, and then center field at Crawford. I think that's the way I go.
Ray makes a good case, so much so that if Topper doesn't pan out, Ray for GM.
There you go.
There you go.
Or not GM, but for the skipper.
Hey,
That'd be tough.
How about that?
He'd have to give up his play-by-play job.
I would give up the play-by-play gigs.
I think he
for
could do
Phillies
both.
manager.
Now, could you work here and be the Phillies manager?
No.
Because Doug Gottlieb does his Fox Sports Radio national show and is a coach at the Wisconsin Green Bay school.
You see their record last year? If I did that to the Phillies, I wouldn't want to be on here every day.
Well, he threw a chair.
You'd be getting killed.
He threw a chair, and then he was mad that people reacted to him throwing a chair.
Right, because if another coach had thrown a chair and he was just
wouldn't
doing the
comment.
national radio thing, yeah.
He'd have no comment
Idiot.
on it. Yes, he really is.
No, you can't do both.
So disrespectful to an athletic program and to sports talk radio.
I can't believe they let him get away with it.
It seems like a massive conflict of interest.
Oh, my God. It's unfair to his players.
Yeah.
Like, he says something stupid. Now they got to answer to what your coach is saying.
Yeah, he's writing a check they got to cash.
Anyway.
Really stupid.
4 wins.
Yeah, they won 4 last year. They're better this year.
Oh, good.
Well, it's hard
5.
not to be. All right, coming up, USA Today put together a list of the top 50 Christmas songs. Between Ray and Jason, who can get the most in the top 10?
Oh, man. When are you going to give me like a heavy metal category, for God's sake?
Because then I'll go over.
That's on YouTube. You got to do that on YouTube.
I got to do that at home.
That's coming up next, Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies signed Garcia. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies officially announced this morning they have signed Adolis Garcia. He was not tenured by the Texas Rangers earlier this offseason and was the 2023 ALCS MVP for Texas, but had 2 rough years at the plate. Still is a good fielder out in right field. The deal between he and the Phillies is for a year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they're back to work preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game, preparing for former Eagles quarterback Marcus Mariota, who is looking like he's going to start the next 3 games of the season, the final 3 games of the season, in place of the injured Jaden Daniels, who Dan Quinn announced yesterday they're shutting down.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, Dickie, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
We will get the breakdown of everything going on with the Birds with Jeff Mosher of Inside the Birds and Philly Voice coming up at 12:55. Tonight, the Flyers in action up in Montreal against the Canadiens. You can listen to the game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. The seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure. Coming soon. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers. Flyers are the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hello.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire's so delightful. Tell you more. And since we got no place to go, Bo, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I can keep going, but I'm not going to. He's going to kill me. He's going to be in the parking lot
You may go out till 2 o'clock and he'll be waiting there.
with a snow shovel to the side of my head.
Wearing a leather jacket.
It's the jacket. Fine Corinthian leather.
It's in honor of our friend, the Cuz.
because, yes.
He's the best. All right, before we get to these Christmas songs, a lot of people are saying, what about Ranger? What about Ranger? What about Ranger? You're not talking about
Suarez.
Ranger. I guess I just am. He's not coming back, right?
Yeah, I've just assumed that's.
Is that how it is with you two? Because we never even bring him up.
No, yeah. I know there was the Heyman thing where Heyman said like 5 different things that were
He's
very
so full
painfully
of crap.
obvious.
Yeah, he's so full of crap.
Like, if the market were to fall apart on Ranger Suarez, sure, the Phillies would be interested. No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if Ranger didn't have any teams interested, the Phillies would bring him back.
Which is kind of the case
Thanks,
with
Captain Obvious.
pretty much every single one of their free agents. Like, Bader doesn't find suitors. I'm sure he'd be happy to be back in Philly. Realmuto, if he doesn't get what he wants, I'm sure he'd be happy to be back in Philly.
Right.
Ranger. Phillies are a good team. Hey, listen.
We have a good club.
We got a good club here. Team
Fine
players
line.
who want to, yeah. But
Fine line.
I haven't thought about Ranger Suarez in weeks. I'm only going to think about him when the pain hits me when he signs somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm rooting that he goes to an American League team, not the Yankees or the Red Sox. American League team, and I'll root for you. Let's go. Even if he went to the Blue Jays, I'd be happy for him.
What's your anti-Red Sox feel?
Northeast corridor fans like us. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not. It sucks.
Vile Boston fans.
You know what it really is? It's
Sox.
It's respect, but it's also when you go to a Red Sox Phillies game down at Citizens Bank Park. Oh my God, the amount of chicks in Red Sox hats I hate it. Like, oh my God, get out of my city. Goodbye. I know you live here right now, but I don't want to see that hat. It's a rivalry. It's respect.
If there was one Boston team I'd want to win, though, like they're the least venomous of the venom.
Celtics, no.
Celtics, no. Patriots, no.
Bruins?
It would be Bruins.
The Bruins? Okay.
Yeah, because
Because it's
Oh,
hockey.
yeah, there it is.
what do I
Yeah.
care?
Let's just be honest here. It's because it's
Yeah,
hockey. You have an anti-hockey sentiment.
it's the sport I care least about.
Yeah.
It's true.
What about BU or BC?
Oh, I hate
The
that.
BC Eagles.
Bill O'Brien. He got a contract extension. I think they won one game this year.
Oh, my
One or
God.
2 games this year. All right, anyway, so USA Today came out with a list. You can't argue with it. This is like the definitive top 50 Christmas
mean I
song
can't
list.
argue with it?
Well, you can, but I'm just saying, they're saying you shouldn't. All
Of
right?
course they're saying that because they wrote it. You schmucks.
All right, I'm not going to bore you with top 50, but we'll do the top 10. All right, so we can start with Ray. Top 10. Who can get more, Ray or Jason? All right, Ray, I'll let you start. What
All
do you
right.
got?
I will start with White Christmas.
White Christmas, and I don't have this in front of me. I'm just scrolling on my. White Christmas is not there. I don't think.
Wow.
What?
All right. Well,
Wow,
Yeah,
I would have
I
had that
can't-
as a guest, too.
we
Yeah,
can't debate this list because they put together a crappy list.
I don't even want to do it this way anyway. But go ahead, Jason. No, go ahead.
Well, what the Mariah Carey one? All I want is for you.
All I want
Christmas
for
you?
Christmas is you is number 2. Correct.
Figured it was going to be there.
My 4-year-old, whenever we would put that
Get
on, 'cause
excited.
that's still played a lot in my house, would freak out screaming to turn it off. But out of nowhere, she likes it. The beginning of this holiday season, it would there's hell to pay if you put on Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you. Bella goes nuts. But now she likes it. Anyway, all right, go ahead.
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Only the George Michael Wham version. That's number 3 on the list.
Yeah, Wham has
Is
to
that
be
really
first.
number 3?
Number 3.
Well, if they like Mariah Carey, they didn't like White Christmas. I felt like Wham fits the poppy.
yourself a merry little Christmas. Who's that, Judy Garland?
Yes, I believe Judy Garland's one of the ones that sing that. Let me see.
That's a huge one.
You would think that would be easily number 1 or number 1, Judy Garland. Have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
All right, 1, 2, 3. Number 4.
Pete's sakes.
Number 4 is Tennessee Christmas. Would you have guessed that?
I don't even know what
I
that
said
is.
it. Me neither. Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy, David Bowie, and Bing Crosby is 5.
How about Nat King Cole?
Nat King Cole, the Christmas song, is 7.
Oh, nice.
Ray, do you have a guess?
Most wonderful time of the year, Eddie Williams.
No, it does not make the top
This
10.
is a terrible list.
Paul McCartney had a Christmas song. I don't know what it's called.
Wonderful Christmas Time. Paul McCartney, 10th on the list.
Yeah.
You don't know the name of this? See, this is what I mean. This
I
is a
don't
bad
remember
list.
the name.
No, I'm not saying
I
it's
hear
not
this-
against you. I don't like this
Yeah.
list. I'm out.
Yeah,
on this
right.
list.
We'd be here all day. We're actually doing it. So a very famous singer that has since passed away, known for her unbelievable voice and range and be able to hit the high notes.
High notes.
Whitney
Whitney
Houston.
Houston?
Do you hear what I hear, Whitney Houston?
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
I don't know that.
Crack is whack.
Yeah, I don't know that version all that much. Christmas rapping, The Waitresses.
That's a top 10? With all due respect, it's a fine Christmas song. It's not a top 10 song.
Top 10.
What was the song they did for USA for Africa? Band-Aid. Do they know it's Christmas? Do they know it's Christmas?
That's a good one. That sounds epic.
Yeah. Everybody, Lionel Richie was in there.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Bob Geldof.
Baby, Please Come Home, Darlene Love, called Christmas, number 6. So there's your top 10. Right
Don't know.
Wow,
that
that was a terrible list.
Is Same Old Lang Syne a Christmas song?
Huh?
That's more New Year's.
I'm not seeing it.
Blue
Again,
Christmas? Anywhere there?
Elvis?
Yeah.
I'm not an Elvis fan, so I would not vote on that.
What about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
So
Gene Autry?
White Christmas, Bing Crosby's 21st on this list.
A load of crap.
the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
24th, Gene Autry.
What?
Yeah, like, come on.
That's a bad list. I'm sorry I saw it.
Yeah, they're
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee, 26.
Now that's a good one.
Burl Ives have a
around.
That's a good one. You know who wrote this song, Holly Jolly Christmas? Burl Ives. How about Johnny Marks?
Johnny Marks.
There is a
What?
writer named Johnny Marks. He's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then I guess this one.
How about Jose Feliciano? Feliz Navidad.
They try too hard on this list right here.
Yeah, whoever this person is, and they say it's not debatable. It's debatable.
37 is Jose Feliciano. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Blue
Navidad.
Christmas by Heart. Elvis doesn't even make it. See, part of this problem is it's not the song, it's the artist and the song,
Yeah.
which is what they're getting involved in a lot.
Yeah, they screwed this up.
Badly.
Yeah, we need just a regular Christmas. Bryan Adams, the Christmas Time. Little Saint Nick Beach Boys. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Taylor Swift, Christmas Tree Farm.
I never even heard it.
Me neither.
Not a bad one.
You obviously like that one?
Is that right? You a
Not a bad
Swiftie?
one. I'm not a Swiftie, but I mean, she's got some decent music.
Would you go see Taylor Swift?
No. No, I would.
For free?
I would stick out.
I would go for free. I wouldn't. I was thinking about it last night because I went to the Jingle Ball with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, they weren't expensive tickets, but they're still over $100 each. And you take everybody down, whatever. So it's like, what if they were, because I saw this when Taylor Swift was in town. There were parents that were spending $5,000 a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
To go down and spending $20,000 on 4 tickets. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Go buy a car.
Yeah. My wife.
No chance.
Or my wife took my daughter to her first concert to see Taylor Swift a few years ago, and then my sister-in-law took my daughter to see Taylor Swift last time, and my youngest daughter just went and saw Tate McRae in Baltimore.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She played in the Jingle Ball last year, I'm told.
That you did.
And did you see that LL Cool J's headlining Made in America?
No.
Yes.
I won't see it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to an LL Cool J concert at the Spectrum, by the way, with Big Daddy Kane,
Love Big Daddy.
Tough Crew, Philly
Wow.
rap group, way back in the day.
Did LL Cool J have his one pant leg up?
Probably did. I mean, he was in his prime then.
I'm a big Taste of Chocolate Big Daddy Kane. I had the cassette.
Yeah, I liked Big Daddy Kane.
Coming up, 610-632-0975. We'll empty the text line, and we have some phone calls here. Ish wants to talk about the Phillies.
Wait, is that the famous Ish that used to call Mike?
It's the famous Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Ish from Levittown.
Hello? Like he's a... Oh, my God.
He's an opponent of Ray, I believe, as well. Him and
Yeah.
Ray are rivals.
Who was the other guy who always called about Jaws' putter?
I don't remember.
I forget his name.
That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, hey, listen, let's talk about my good friends over at Morgenstern Hair. And if you're worried about your hair, right, and today, doesn't it feel like that it's the first time like you really feel like you can get your hair back? If you're going bald, if you're balding, and there's enough things out there to where you're like, you know what, I think I can at least, the thinning process, I can slow it down. I can stop it. I can regrow your hair. This is true. You can do that. But don't think you can just do it by buying something you see on Instagram or that Facebook ad. They're like, oh, look, this guy shampoos his hair and his hair's back. No. I know what actually works. Morgenstern Hair. Their hair team been doing it over 30 years, by far the most experience and the most success in Philadelphia. It's the same crew that did my hair however many years ago, over 10 years ago now. I still check in a couple times a year for maintenance, because the hair that I have looks great, but I want to make sure I keep it. That's Morgenstern Hair. So if you've thought about this before, maybe you've heard me talking about it, maybe you've seen them on social media because they are on Instagram. You want more information, you can get it from me if you message me. Instagram me, DM. My DMs are open on Twitter. You can email me. My email address is, it's actually john@975thefanatic.com if you want to email me on the work address. But get a hold of me. I can answer questions for you. You can also check out their website, morgensternhair.com. That's Morgan with an E, sternhair.com. A lot of great before and after pictures. You can go and see my before and after pictures on my own Instagram page. Or if you're ready for more information, you can call them right now. Here's their number, 610-980-4000. 610-980-4000, and tell them that I sent you.
Chunky.
Christmas time comes each year. Training camp, Bo.
Sometimes you're doing.
I sing this at training camp. Training camp comes every year.
Sometimes you're the lead singer, and sometimes
Baldy.
you're singing backups.
Oh, I'm just commentary.
Yeah.
It's like the Manning cast.
We're back. It's Jason Martinez, Middays with Marks, Ray Dunn. Isn't it interesting because we know the Eagles thread the needle, and like that's we know we're going to be talking about the Eagles, as we should be. The NFL rules, the Eagles rule. But it's nice that the Phillies are actually relevant. So I feel like that there's more energy to talk about the Phillies because people are like so bogged down with the Eagles, and the Eagles are so miserable coming off the Super Bowl. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But the Phillies, there's a lot of people that are interested. So we'll take a phone call. We'll get to the text line. You said you had a tweet?
Yeah, I got a tweet here from PGA Dreamer. on X and says at Jason Mert, Ray Dunn, and John Marks. This all caps. This is can't miss radio. Keep it up, boys. More Jason doing, and he tagged Anthony. Way to go.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Greatest form of compliment, he says.
No, don't do that.
Why would you tag him, dude?
So
you want me dead? Was this the first hole I dug?
So this is like for me, Ray.
He's going to bury me in the Jetro lot.
I haven't had to do this, but frequently you'll know if you've listened to me on the radio. I'm a lot like Jason, and Ray's going to be the same way, where we talk about our life on the radio for good or for bad.
Yeah,
right. Like I talk about struggles in life and kid problems and wife problems and everything else. Like that's just I believe that's good radio.
It's authentic.
But you also have to tell your listeners, hey, I know you know my wife. Don't text her with what we're talking about right now because she's not going to know the context.
Yeah.
And she's going to get pissed.
Yeah.
So just like what I'm talking about, don't text her. Like if she hears it, that's on me. But don't text her because she doesn't know the Like she'll get a text where it'll be like the person's like,
you said this.
I'm rolling. I'm laughing so hard. John was talking about this, and then she's like, well, you're making me sound stupid. Like. No, I'm making myself sound stupid. Like, not at all. No one's coming away from the conversation like that you're a B or anything else. This is like, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that context. She's just getting text messages from people. Oh, my God, John's saying this and whatever.
Yeah. Like we spent 4 hours on the show just railing on our significant others.
Correct. 610-632-0977.
Which I've done. It was a good show, too, by the way.
Right. So Ray, just so everybody knows, if you do know my wife, don't message her. Don't DM her on Instagram, and don't text her with anything we're talking about.
And if John says that I'm expecting a child, please don't text my family congratulations on Ray and the incoming child that he's about
I don't even
to
remember
have.
what I said.
Oh, man, that's irritating.
Well, it's like, it was like when we were doing we said you were in a boy band and Jason believed it.
Right, yeah.
And the audience did too.
I feel like a friggin' idiot for believing that, by the way. I had no idea. Like, I don't know, Ray from, the Lumberjack. He looks like the brawny guy, like a skinny brawny guy.
He looks like a skinny brawny guy.
Doesn't he?
If Bayless. We need your help, if Bayless.
If the brawny guy had, what's the Ozempic, that would be Ray. Ray.
That's awesome. All right, what do you got before we get to Ish? What do you got on the text line with the Phillies, Ray?
Yeah, we got people that say the lineup's fixed with something very easy that's just not coming. We need Bregman.
Who?
We need Bellinger.
All right, stop.
Who?
All right, so hang on. Bellinger, when I see the name, and I forget who it was that put Bellinger out there with the Phillies, I don't think that's BS. The way Bellinger gets here is that his market isn't totally overinflated, and then they have to move Bohm, and that's how they're creating money. So Bellinger, it's just at this point, where does Bellinger play? And it's another left-handed bat. But you don't sign Garcia, at least in my opinion, you don't sign Garcia with the idea you're signing another outfielder for $25 million a year. Bellinger's making 20-plus, Ray. He's going to get 3 for 75 or something like that. Phillies aren't paying another outfielder $25 million. Not after signing Garcia. They don't have the money. So they're going to have to bring back Real Muto. There's some money to make another move. Once they sign Garcia, that tells me they're like, all right, we may still make one move, but this is pretty much it.
They're banking on him having a good year.
Bregman's not getting signed. He's going to cost too much money. I know he didn't have a huge market last year, but I'd love to have Bregman. You know what? If Schwarber would have left, then you're saying Bregman.
Well, then you got money.
Pete Alonso. Sound out Pete Alonso got a bigger contract than Kyle Schwarber, and you should thank Schwarber for it because the Orioles struck out on Schwarber, and then they said, "Well, crap, we need a player. All right, let's play Alonso."
Are you happy with the Schwarber situation?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, it
may hurt at the end, but hey,
what was the alternative? Not signing him, and then what? Pete Alonso, or
and then looking for Schwarber?
Yeah, if he would have, if the Reds would have been smart and would have gotten the player they wanted and offered him a 7-year contract, if the Phillies would have said that's too long, I would have said that's fine.
Yeah, there's a tipping point.
Yeah, the Phillies would still make the playoffs without Kyle Schwarber. If they went out, they would have to sign some other people, but they would make it. But I like that Schwarber's back.
Yeah,
but you stop with the break. Any more before we move to the phones, Ray?
I mean, that was just the sampling of a number of texts we got. The way to fix this is go out and sign. It's the same thing. We posted the Garcia clip from yesterday, and all I saw was, oh, this is good once you add fill in the blank, other big name free agent. Bichette, That was I saw like 3 or 4 Bichette comments on our Garcia post, and I was like,
yeah, the Phillies have a very, very high payroll.
yeah.
They don't have they're not the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets for that matter. Let's go to Ish. Ish is calling from Levittown. Hello, Ish.
Hey guys, how are you? Hi, Jason. Remember I used to call?
Yeah, I remember you, Ish. Yeah. You were doing a rap album, aren't you? Did that album ever drop?
Yeah. No, not yet.
No.
Maybe Ray can come on.
It's been a decade since you've been in production, Ish.
Ray can sing some backups because he's got the boy band sound to him.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah. But I just want to talk about the Phillies real quick.
Yep.
This is like the move they made to get the other guy they had that didn't have a good season. I think they should go out and get another big name. I wonder if they still have enough money for Kyle Tucker, or go get another pitcher. We need another closer and another bat. That's what I think. I don't have any belief in this lineup at all. It's like at this point, does the season really matter anymore, or like should they have to go in the playoffs?
Yeah,
the postseason matters. Yeah,
but I mean, to your point, we've actually talked about this, Ish. It really is hurry up and get to the postseason, because making the playoffs isn't going to do anything. It's a matter of, what are you doing? And it's a shame because they actually, if they didn't face the Dodgers, they're probably getting to the NLCS, and then you see what happens. But no, you're right. You're right. It's hurry up and get to the postseason, and the lineup doesn't make you feel any better than last year at all.
No, it definitely doesn't. It's more like, they'll probably win 95 games this year, but it's also like
they can win 108 if they don't do anything in the postseason. It doesn't matter. Hey, Ish, it was good hearing from you, man. You're like a blast from the past.
Thank you. Yeah, is Ray there today?
Ray? I think he might be outside chopping down a tree right now with an axe, but.
Oh, Ray's a little elf on the shelf in the 95.6 station. He's hanging with his little elf hat today. Isn't that right, Raymond? You got your little elf.
Ish is giving it to you.
Raymond?
Ray?
Hire the comedy writers, Ish. Hire the comedy writers. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. You had a good one last week. You should have retired after that one.
All right, Ish, appreciate it. I saw the opening act last night at the Jingle Ball was I don't know if they were South Korean or Japanese, but they were like a K-pop type.
K-pop All-Stars?
It wasn't them, but they're called Monsta X.
Monsta X?
MOSTA and then X.
Okay, were they good?
No.
I remember
Couple good acts.
I remember the other caller's name. Eric from Trenton. You remember him?
I do.
Oh.
I remember Eric.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I'm trying to develop a whole new world of callers on the station.
Yeah.
Because Herb's really the only guy that – I have a couple of callers that migrate WIP, but Herb is the only caller that really wants to come over. He wants to call everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't really take it.
Okay.
But we need to develop a whole new generation of callers, and Ish can be one of our senior callers.
Ish sounded like his prescription of Quaaludes ran out. Like he actually had some juice today compared to what he used to.
So if you thought he sounded boring, he actually had a lot of energy.
That was high energy Ish.
That makes for a great caller, Jason.
He would always say that he was producing a rap album, but it's not out yet. And I'm like, dude, hearing you rap, I'm out.
Maybe 2026 is the year. Coming up, News at Noon, featuring Joel Klatt, a Kawhi story, and Colin Cowherd.
Not Trent Klatt.
Not Trent Klatt. Joel Klatt.
Okay.
Colin Cowherd, and he's just so stupid. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies signed Garcia. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies announced earlier this morning they've officially signed outfielder Adolis Garcia, who was non-tenured by the Texas Rangers earlier this offseason. Garcia, the 2023 ALCS MVP, has struggled at the plate over the last 2 seasons. Still good out in the field in right field. Deal with him is a year for $10 million. As for the Birds, they're getting back to work, preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game. They won't be preparing for Jaden Daniels. Instead, Marcus Mariota get the start for the Commanders, and Daniels ruled out for the rest of the season.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, Dickie, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
That is Dan Quinn talking about his franchise quarterback, so no Jaden Daniels the rest of the way. Birds, of course, play the Commanders twice over the last 3 games. Jeff Mosher of Inside the Birds and Philly Voice will join us at 12:55 to break down everything going on with the Eagles tonight, the Flyers of the Canadians up in Montreal. You can listen to the game right here on the Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. The seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure. Coming soon. I'm Ray Zone, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
Christmas Bo is also here. He left the building. Or is he in there?
No, he's been buried in a Jetro lot. It's like Jimmy Hoffa at Giant Stadium. I gave you my heart.
You like this one, Ray?
I do.
Isn't it sad,
Eagles
though?
threw it away.
No? I don't. My wife says that. When she hears this, it makes her sad.
It does make me sad a little bit, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a little morose.
All right.
You a little
I
morose?
mean, I don't know. It's a song
Is
about
it 'cause-
moving on to next Christmas, right?
Is it because it's George Michael who, I mean, I don't know. He had like a great career, but it always seemed
With
like
Wham and then solo.
Yeah, huge star.
Gotta have faith.
Limp Bizkit sung that first, didn't they?
No, not first. And they didn't quite sing it like that. It was more like, gotta have faith.
All right, Limp Bizkit, overrated, underrated? Or just right?
Right for the right time.
I'll say underrated
Short
for the
period of
time, but when Fred Durst tries to act like he was in on the joke, no, he wasn't.
No.
No.
Fred was all in on the whole thing.
Yeah.
I have to show you my picture with me and Fred because we looked exactly alike.
With the chin beard and the hat on backwards?
Exactly. I would like walk around at like metal shows and people would think I was him.
You looked a little like Scott Ian as well, maybe?
Yeah, that's my doppelganger for
Yeah.
sure. There's a. Let me see if I can find it.
All right, you
I'll show
find it. We'll go on with the show. Let me know if you find it. Is that okay, Ray? Can we go on with the show without seeing
Can we do news at noon?
Yeah, let's do the news at noon with Ray.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the News at Noon
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
Yep.
We are on day, 10 of college football playoff. It's so unfair for this big team to not be playing for a national title, despite the fact they lost games in the season. That if they won, they'd be playing for said national title.
I'm still outraged Notre Dame didn't make it.
Oh, I'm so mad. Those big wins they got over Purdue, over Boston College, Syracuse. I don't even know if they played Boston College, but that was the level of teams they were playing after the first two games.
You give them a little bit more credit. 'Cause I actually think it was BS they didn't make it.
But they beat Boise State. That's their signature win.
Oh, so
Stanford.
I'm gonna they beat USC.
Oh, good. Lincoln Riley in a big game out in California.
All right, well, do your crappy story, and then I'll pull up the schedule.
Well,
right?
Joel Klatt, because, Notre Dame missed out. I'm so upset. Has decided that he's going to take aim at another college institution because he needs to point out just how unfair college athletic it really gets for the big guys.
We don't want Cinderellas. We want the best teams playing each other at the end. In fact, hot take. I mean, like the hottest of all takes that I've ever had in my entire life. The NCAA basketball tournament is a joke. It's the dumbest tournament and the least fair tournament in all of sports. We go and we put teams at odd times on neutral sites in a one-game affair. Like, that doesn't crown a true champion. We're not doing anything that tells us who's the best team over the course of the entire season.
All right. So what do you want? You want to pick the best 8 teams and then
do best of threes?
Best of 7s? Because, I mean, best of 3 wouldn't be fair.
Can't do that for college
Of course you
athletics.
can't.
No, and to get through and you have Cinderella stories, that was the compelling part. Now, the thing that ruined the NCAA tournament is the one and done.
Right.
That's what ruined it. Because you can't ever staple to a team for multiple years.
It's still a great tournament. It wasn't what it once was, but
no, they did playing games. They just bastardized it even more.
Is it? I mean, so ultimately, at the end of a college football season, doesn't it usually feel like the best team won?
Always,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not like if the goal of finding a champion is who is the best team. I never feel like when with college basketball, it's like, there you go, another team that was just a fluke. You're gonna win so many games, flukes don't make it through.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. You see a team like St. Joe's went on that run, but they didn't get a Temple back in the day with Mark Macon went on a run, but they could never get
They
all
couldn't
the way
get
home.
to the Final Four.
Yeah.
All right. But so Joe, stick the football there, Klatt.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, why are we going to ruin something else because you're upset that whatever big team you've been championing all season didn't get in?
Yep.
Shut up. Stay in your lane.
Yep.
Next up for you, Fred Van Vliet, hopping on a podcast, sharing a great story from the first day he met Kawhi, talking about the time in Toronto that Kawhi was going to have and how short it was going to be.
He said it from day one. I'm not staying here.
You know what? He never said he was going to stay. So.
He, from day one, I don't know why they traded for me. I don't want to be here. I'm not staying here.
Maybe the greatest lottery ticket ever bought.
Oh, you know why? They won a championship.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it worked.
beat the Sixers along the way.
What's Toronto like as a city?
That's a great city.
Yeah.
But the cost of living in Toronto's
very, very.
Yeah.
And he's from Southern California, so
he's probably used to that. And
Yeah,
he
he
makes
wants
that kind of
that.
dough.
Yeah.
But and it's cold, obviously. I almost moved there.
No.
It'd be between radio jobs at one point. I had an offer to go to NHL Network Radio out of Toronto, but it had to be rescinded because they could only have a certain amount of Americans working there.
Wow.
And I would have put them over the limit.
Wow. Think about where you'd be now. Where would you be now?
In Toronto.
Or back here after you were there
Fired
for a couple
from
years
there.
and you got fired.
Although their staff's been there forever. So.
Is that where Frank Saravalli went?
He was at TSN.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any more, Ray?
All right. Last story here. Colin Cowherd. What's it take? Yesterday, Bo Nix. What a game. How could people not believe in Bo Nix? Take a listen to the praise he heaps.
So too many people, I said this last week, have just sort of made up their mind on Bo Nix. I think he reminds me of a right-handed Steve Young. He is way more athletic than anybody gives him credit for.
Why?
I don't know what he needs to do to impress people. I don't know what it is.
I would like to know what he needs to do to impress his naysayers, such as the man that earlier this season said the Broncos might be in the market for a starting quarterback in the draft.
Would Sean Payton draft another quarterback? I'm dead serious. Bo Nix has regressed badly.
But that wasn't week 2. That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they were a post-Eagles win at that point. So we were somewhere in the month of October.
No, it's because I remember talking about it on the air because when I'm blanking on his name, the head coach right now.
Sean Payton.
When Sean Payton wasn't coaching, he was in the media. He would go on Cowherd's show all the time, and apparently they've become close. So when he says something like that, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, obviously that's what he's telling Cowherd," which is like you can't go from the Broncos are going to draft another quarterback because he's regressed so much to he's the right-handed Steve Young
who won 3 Super Bowls and is in the Hall of Fame.
Like, come on, dude, I get it. So, like,
why do we have to make these comparisons all the time? Why do they have to go so extreme? Like, he's a good young quarterback. Let's see.
Yeah, but because when the week's over, you tear up everything you said in the week and you throw it out, and then you can.
And you're not held accountable.
I mean, you'll contradict yourself a lot because things change, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
you have the right to change your opinion based on more information.
saying Bo Nix is struggling this year, and I wonder if he continues to play and doesn't get better over this year, would they consider going out and finding another quarterback? But he didn't say that. He said, "Oh man, he's regressed so much, and they're going to go looking for a quarterback." Now he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. In short order. Like, it's ridiculous. That's what the other radio station does.
Right.
You know, I mean, come on.
Well, Cowherd is I think Cowherd's the best in the business. He does that stuff far too much.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, dude, like unless you don't know, you said this not that long ago. You can't have that take if you said that not long ago. You can't.
No.
Not like that. There's take integrity.
He's got take amnesia.
He has take amnesia. You're right. You're absolutely right. All right, coming up, look, we have some callers that want to talk as well. Also, has the Eagles found what they need for the rest of the season? Their offense. Dan Orlovsky talked yesterday about what exactly he needs from the offense the rest of the way. We'll get to that. We'll get to your phone calls. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
attached to the play action. I don't care what anybody says. You running play action pass out of the shotgun is wasting a play. It's not nearly as impactful. Don't call it. Now, if you go under center, you run the football a little bit more at defenses. He is a much better quarterback from under center play action than he is gun play action. If I could ask Philly to do one thing offensively for the remainder of this season into the playoffs, it would be that. Play more under center and play more under center play action.
Love it.
That is Dan Orlovsky on ESPN.
Dead right.
Yeah,
welcome to the party, Dan. We've been talking about that for weeks now.
The numbers are what they are. And earlier this season, when they went to lining up under center, was also maybe not so coincidentally when Cam Jurgens got injured, and it was known that Toth wasn't necessarily a good snapper into the shotgun. And you saw the running game get better. You saw Jalen, because there is no play action. He's absolutely right. There is no play action where you're just faking a handoff. There's no art to it.
No, there's no bite.
Right.
To the secondary when that happens. Like the game prior to this last one, prior to the Raiders game, they ran 29 plays out of shotgun. They averaged 2.2 yards per play, or 2.2 yards per rush, 3.2 yards per play. They ran 9 plays under center. They averaged 12.2 yards per play and 7.9, I believe it was, rushing the ball from under center.
So what's the sweet spot as far as percentage, Ray?
100%.
No, because before, I mean, we'll go back to like the Donovan days. Shotgun would be third and long.
Yeah, third and long.
So
third and seven.
If it's third and 7, you're in the shotgun.
Yeah.
Right? That's prehistoric
obvious
football.
Passing down.
Right, obvious passing down, and then you could give the draw. And actually the draw is more effective because you very rarely will see running out of the shotgun. Now, I mean, any game you watch, for the most part, the preponderance of snaps are going into the shotgun.
Yeah.
You see very few under center, although you still do. So what's the sweet spot with this team? Not with the league, because everybody's different. With this team.
I mean, it's a higher percentage.
50-50?
60-40.
Yeah,
under
55,
center.
60, something like that.
So more under center than...
Yeah, well, because then when you use shotgun, it can be more effective too. Like if you're in third and 8, and you're in the shotgun and you spread 4 receivers out, now you've opened the middle of the field up, and if there's no throw available, then Jalen Hurts can run for 9 up the middle. So you really thin it out and stretch it. And that makes that running ability he has on third down even more effective.
I'm trying to quickly see if I can find it. And it has, I don't know how many weeks this is, and this is not even updated, but just like a quick AI answer to it was 70 to 80% or shotgun
for the Eagles.
Just in general, in the league.
In the league, okay.
Yep. It says in the modern NFL, the shotgun formation dominates with about 70 to 83% of plays run from the gun. Those specific team numbers vary. Lions use it less. Some teams use it more. Shotgun is the base for most. Teams still use under center about 20 to 30% overall. So, I honestly, to me, how you get Jalen going is you get him feeling good back there. You get him moving a little bit, whether that's throwing on the run or like with the play action pass. If we think back, who was really good at the play action and selling the play action? You know what I'm saying? That like the camera gets
Put it on
tricked.
the hip.
Yeah, the camera gets tricked, and or you're watching
Aaron
at home.
Rodgers was probably the best at it.
Right. You can't do it in shotgun.
Yeah.
So the guys that like to do it, Peyton Manning early when he would line up under center was very good at it. Tom Brady.
Very good.
Very good at selling the play action. They're not going to do it more than 50% of the time. And it's going to range. Really is. Looks like 73. I'm still trying to find an accurate number.
That timing, too, is when they get to the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're not calling the play until 2 seconds, 1 second left on the play clock. Like, they are very, very rarely. That's why tempo's been good for them.
Guess when they're going to snap it, if the clock's winding down.
Yeah.
At 1.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Shocking.
why tempo's been good because you've been a little bit unsure of when they're going to snap it. Like, they're actually trying to move.
But you know what you need with that? First downs. You can't go 3 and out and run tempo. You need the first down. You need to pick up the first down. You run into the line. You can't let them make a substitution. They can't get first downs. They're getting 3 and outs. Let's go to Lance, to the phones. Lance in Arizona. Lance, what do you got? Good afternoon.
Hey, so I know you guys talked about the Eagles, but I wanted to talk about the Phillies because the thing that bothers me with all this, there's a good chance nobody's going to take Castellanos, and you're going to have to eat that $20 million, right? So you have $20 million gone off that. And then you're paying Garcia $10 million. And if you look at his numbers the last consecutive years, he's getting worse. He was actually worse against left-handed hitters than Castellanos was last year, which is a problem. So, like, I look at this, you're going to have $30 million basically invested in your right field to get an upgrade defensively, but offensively, you still have the same problem that you're going into this year with. You can say Garcia maybe has more power than him currently than Castellanos, but his numbers have been dwindling each time, and you keep making these $10 million investments to guys that you're hoping bounce back to what they were 2 years ago.
Right. So look at it this way. Would you rather have Castellanos for $20 million or Garcia for $30 million? Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're getting rid of Castellanos. You're not going to get anything back, and then you're paying him $10 million on top of it. I appreciate it, Lance. I feel like Castellanos somewhat is getting a bad rep because he actually did have some productive periods here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he had some moments.
He had moments. He wasn't brutal. He had good years. How it ended isn't great. It's time to move on, no doubt about it. I have no idea what I'm getting from. Well, I have an idea what I'm getting from this Garcia, but no one watches Texas Ranger games last year. Like, how many Texas Ranger games you watched last year, Ray? That nobody's like every day.
I have my fantasy team, so this is a poor question for me.
Well, you can tell us how good he is.
He hasn't been good. So he's been on my fantasy team, and it's been a dynasty league where I'd be penalized for dropping him.
I watched more New York Ranger games than I did Texas Ranger games, and they played twice as many.
There you go. Well, so if you're getting Castellanos, see, Castellanos might actually give you more production. It's the fact that Garcia has more power and is better defensively. But ultimately, the defense is fine. I care about what's happening at the plate. And what I fear is you're getting a guy that can hit batting practice every ball, moonshots, but then you get up there in the playoffs, and he did have a great World Series. I don't know how that happened. But last 2 years, he looks like when you look at this lineup, he has the worst approach at the plate of anybody that you're going to have in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Just bottom line. And this is a team that needs a better approach at the plate. Not somebody that's going to come up there and is going to swing.
Yeah, make a pitcher work. And he won't do that.
Not likely. Mike and Delran. Mike, go ahead. What's up?
Yo, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
What's going on, Mike?
Hey, not much. Hey, Ray, what's up, man?
How are you, Mike?
I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. What's up? Real quick for my Eagles point.
But nothing from me, Mike?
Jason, dude, great.
Thank you.
Great to listen, dude. You're the best for last, man. I'm really proud of you, man. Congratulations on your battle, dude. I haven't gotten to talk to you. You are a true warrior, my friend.
Thank
I
you,
just
man.
want to say, I've had you in my thoughts and prayers, and it's great to hear you, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, I want to thank the NFL schedule makers for putting the Raiders against us this week because I feel like that's kind of what's kind of going to help, right? Because you got the two Commander games, but you got that Bills game. But I feel like they're going to go in to the playoffs with the right momentum at the right time. It's been a crazy season, man. I can't remember the last time I've had an Eagles team with this kind of record with such scrutiny, every day, every week.
It comes with winning the Super Bowl, right?
Well, no, but
that's
But Mike, see, there's scrutiny, which I think is fair, and then there's, hey, let's take a step back. They won a Super Bowl last year, and we're talking about benching the quarterback, and our conversations are getting toxic, right? Because I think it's fair to think this year, it doesn't seem like this is a team primed heading into the playoffs. This doesn't seem like a team that's primed to win the Super Bowl. So even though the Raiders are one of the worst teams you're going to see, at least it gets everybody feeling better to where, all right, that's some confidence. Now let's do it again.
Right opponent at the right time.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed. And you're right about them looking like a prime team to win a Super Bowl. I would think that if they haven't shown me that they're already battle-tested to win. So let's just get in the playoffs. Let's get that first home playoff game, and let's kick some ass. Go Birds!
That's why I need an Eagle chant, Jason.
Yeah. Well, Ray, you got an Eagle chant? I don't do the Eagle chant.
At all?
No. I've lost kind of that fervor of that kind of fandom,
right,
over the years. The thing is this. Yeah, the Raiders game was what it was, and it came at a perfect time. Let's just kind of get back to enjoying it again a little bit. Drop the venom. Like, sports are supposed to be fun. Yeah, they're heartbreaking, but I want to get the conversation back to having some fun.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
We do this for fun, and it feels like we're doing this were miserable.
Yeah,
following this
everybody
football
is.
team coming off a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's just it's not enjoyable conversation. I think you used the word toxic.
All right,
and it gets personal.
Jason's got something here. What happened with the Eagles that drained all the fun out of it? What is it? We'll talk about coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies add to the outfield. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Join Bill Colarulo this Friday, 7 to 9 at Graham's Pub in Philly for another Ultra Access event with Michelob Ultra. Enjoy $3 Ultra drafts, $5 Ultra Zero bottles, and your shot at Sixers Sweet Tickets. Michelob Ultra, please enjoy responsibly. Phillies announced they officially have signed outfielder Adolis Garcia, who was non-tenured by the Texas Rangers this offseason. Garcia was the 2023 ALCS MVP, has had 2 rough years at the plate afterwards. Still a good fielding right fielder. The year is for a year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they're back to work preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game. They're preparing for former Eagles quarterback Marcus Mariota, who the Commanders are going to have start in place of Jaden Daniels, been ruled out for the final 3 games of their season. Here's Dan Quinn announcing that.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, DQ, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
He will not be out there when the Eagles and Commanders match up on Saturday. We'll talk to Jeff Mosher coming up at 12:55 about everything going on with the Birds. Flyers, Canadians tonight. Catch it right here on the Fanatic. Updates also brought by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for under $20 with new arrivals every day. You never know what amazing deals you'll find. Find location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, red jingle bell day.
Now, do you have an album?
I'm thinking about doing one. Me, Joe Ben, Santa Boo.
What about Nicky Boo?
Nicky Boo.
Is Nicky Boo, Santa Boo, and
yeah,
in a Santa hat?
That's exactly right.
So right? Everybody has a Christmas album these days, right?
Yeah, I mean the Eagles' offensive line did one, didn't they?
Right, Philly Special. Is that what it's called, Ray?
Philly Special
It was
Christmas?
actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was.
Consider.
Those guys are talented.
Well, Mylott is a good singer and player. He plays the ukulele.
It was fun. I mean, I'm not going to tell you,
Yeah, it's not on my Spotify playlist,
right?
Like it is on Ray's.
But I can tell you this, Ray. Are we releasing it tomorrow?
I think we should.
We have an exclusive Christmas album that is being released tomorrow on the show. It's available in MP3. All right,
Available in MP3 format. And what is this album?
Well, I can't tell you yet. It's a notable personality over the years of 97.5 The Fanatic.
Okay.
Not a paid employee.
A non-paid. Well,
that's all I'm saying.
There's so many of those.
I'm saying, like, listen, if Bernie was still alive and he did a Christmas album, I would say it's somebody on those terms.
I did a bit with Bernie once where he read the lyrics, and people had to guess them. I was giving him like Pantera lyrics. He's like, "Are you talking to me? Walk, go away, boy." Huh? Couple tweets real quick.
Yep.
Mike Bennett tweets in and says, "Ray is, quote, the scrawny guy instead of the brawny guy." He said it's an ad campaign for the dollar store paper towels. Just kidding, Ray. We love you. Highly entertaining radio, gentlemen. So that's a good. I don't know what a tweet is, but that's a good tweet.
Did if Bayless make the scrawny paper?
I haven't seen it if he did.
Your Photoshop guy?
Yeah, he just AIs it. But we need Ray's face on the paper towel, but it's scrawny in front of brawny.
Yeah.
Scrawny instead of brawny.
Yeah, just change the
Because Ray, it's a great observation. Ray looks like the brawny guy.
He does.
But he's not brawny. He's scrawny.
It's either that or the skinny Marlboro man. Right?
Well, he does smoke. So.
Mikhail tweets in and says, at Jason Mert, can we get some General Tso's chicken for Seth Joyner? I like it hot.
Your famous bit where you pretended to be Joe to camera and you called Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't get away with that today.
No. No, definitely not. But she asked me, you like egg roll? And I go, what kind of egg roll do you recommend? She's like, pork. And I go, pork. John. I can't even remember the whole bit, but I was just totally vamped.
Yeah, it was good. We were on a roll in those days.
Yeah.
We certainly were.
And DeCamera wasn't offended by it. He actually played it on his program.
Yeah, it's first time.
Because it killed a segment, too, for him.
Right.
He was shot.
So you had talked about the misery we can sometimes be as a fan base with all of our teams, right? But
yeah,
it's hard to, and even I'm here, it's hard for this to feel like it's an 8-5 team because it has been an up and down year, right?
But even when they've won, it hasn't been polished enough to enjoy it.
So I was trying to, but even last year, I'm like, I remember what last year was like. I was
a dream.
Well, you know what though? But the season, it was a dream. It was the best team that the city's ever had. Certainly as an Eagles team. But they end up, they win the Super Bowl and they plow through the regular season. But when you think about it, I mean, AJ Brown was saying the passing offense was a problem. Brandon Graham goes on radio and says that they don't, they're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a total bleep storm. But if you look at like the season, and again, I think a lot of this it's fueled by their flagship radio station that has to have something to talk about.
Controversy.
So the talk was you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. You can't win a Super Bowl with him not being able to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think is a valid argument. But
it's a good debate.
It's a good debate, but when it becomes week after week after week, I just remember last year I got to a point where because it was you can't win like this, you can't win like this. I would be the guy for years, Jason, that would say that the old caller would call in and say, You win a Super Bowl by playing great defense and running the football. And I would laugh at him and hang up on him.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Right.
Okay.
But that was the model of the Eagles last year. Was you play great defense and you run the ball.
Yep.
And it got to a point last year where I said, you know what? They can win like this because everybody wanted to say, you can't win like this. Yeah, we might have won 8 straight games,
Yeah,
but
but
they
they ran the
win
ball
like
for
this.
150 yards a game with the running back.
And I don't know when. Do you remember when the point was, Ray, or maybe you didn't feel like it, where you're like, no, they can win like this?
Ravens game.
The Ravens game.
When they beat the Ravens.
So it was before, yeah, but then they struggled and almost lost to the Panthers. So I was trying to remember if it was after that, because I guess it was before that.
I do remember having those conversations. Okay, this team might be special. And I think that it was, when you look at last year, it wasn't early because they went 2-2 to start the year. And then they had their bye week early, right? I think it became probably when they beat Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was when they responded to not being able to throw the ball against Carolina, and Jalen Hurts came out and he threw the ball around.
290 and Barkley only had 65 yards on the ground.
So if you remember, so they beat the Jags, but they barely beat the Jags. They blew out the Cowboys. They beat the Commanders. They crushed the Rams. So, I mean.
Yeah, the Rams was a big one, too, because they went out there in L.A. and beat
Saquon's
the
running
crap
all over
out
the
of
place.
Yeah, in that game, Barkley had 255 yards rushing.
But it always went back to Jalen can't play. Like, you need more passing. And really, it wasn't even just locally. It was nationally. Because all the national, they're doing the same thing. They just need two sides so they can argue about it on the stupid shows. But, like, a lot of people said you're not going to be able to win Super Bowl.
This isn't the recipe, yeah.
And it was the recipe.
Well, Ray, you might be right, too. That Baltimore game was a back-to-back road game coming back from L.A.
That was the gauntlet, remember?
Yeah, that was the gauntlet of the schedule last year, L.A., Baltimore. You had Dallas and Washington the week before, and Washington was good.
Yep.
Yeah, that may have been kind of the point where you said, okay, this would have been special.
Totally understandable if they lose that game to the Ravens. And that game wasn't a little bit closer than some people maybe remember. They had a bunch of missed field goals in that game, if I remember correctly.
It was close.
Well,
I mean,
Baltimore
I think
went up 9-0.
A lot of people remember the Cooper DeJean, Derrick Henry hit.
Yes.
And it was like, can the Eagles match the physicality of the Ravens going into that game? And they did. And that was also part of when Saquon was starting to just really take off, where it was like, this guy's going to run for 2,000 yards because he had the big game in L.A. And it was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be able to sustain this. And now we're going to be talking about potential historic season for him. And they just looked tremendous defensively and looked like they had identity offensively.
The Ravens actually had more yards than the Eagles, but
the Eagles' first 3 possessions were 3 and out.
Lamar actually scored a touchdown with 3 seconds left in the game, so maybe it wasn't as like it was
closer.
It wasn't even that close.
As it looked,
yeah. So
I mean, the Eagles in the fourth quarter, 7 plays, 71-yard touchdown to go up 21-12.
But I think I think the point is when you get in the meat of the season, we were just going through all the games and how you felt. Like I'm guilty of it as anybody else. When you're in the middle of the battle, it's hard to actually step out and take a look and say, "Wow, like look at this team's schedule. They had a really difficult schedule this year. That now they're 9-5 and they're primed to win 12 games, 11 games, and have at least one home playoff game. It's not bad."
Yeah. I'm looking at the numbers from this game. Hurts only threw 1 touchdown, was sacked twice, went only 11 for 19. Saquon, 23 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, but that was the formula pretty much all year. Hurts wasn't going to throw the ball more than 25 times a game.
And they did not have Devontae Smith that game.
Because he was banged up, I remember.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, 610-632-0975. We have Jeff Mosher. How about this?
Jay Moshe.
Mosher's going to join us. He's went over the tape and see how he does. But before that, Mosher 1255. Dave Dombrowski spoke earlier this afternoon about the outfield situation going forward. We have that for you. Tasty Cake, Dom, and more. 975 The Fanatic, Middays with Marks. Na-na-na-na-na.
Your guy, If Bayless, came up already.
You got it?
Yeah, I didn't know that scrawny paper towels is the only 3-ply paper towels. Oh, my God, it's so great. Ray's got the red and black flannel on.
Tweet it out. 975 Middays. Follow us.
Scrawny.
It is the shirt I'd wear.
It is.
Sure.
Oh,
my
flannel.
God,
you know, we have flannel Friday. We didn't do it this past week. So I forgot. Ray wears flannel, though.
I did.
I love flannel. I got the flannel sheets on the bed right now.
Do flannel? Well, it's because it's 60 degrees in your house.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This morning it was 56.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're nuts. All right. You have Dombrowski? No? Or he just said it?
Yeah, just right now circulating online. It was assumed that they
What did he say?
today. Outfield is pretty much set. The outfield of Marsh and the right-handed bat, Justin Crawford at center, and Adolis Garcia in right field.
And when Dombrowski says stuff like this, he means it. I've interviewed Dave.
He's a non-BS kind of guy.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. I interviewed him. A lot of people were throwing. It was a veteran lefty that you could have had for a 1-year contract, and it would have made sense for a team that's like, for a year it's worth it. And I said, like, because there are a lot of people saying, I said, any chance? And he's like, no, that's probably not something we're interested in doing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we just shut that down, which is like that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So,
and he's got a track record of doing what he says.
Correct.
A lot of general managers give like the blessing or the vote of confidence, and the next day the coach is gone.
Yeah, Ruben would lie to you.
Yeah.
You have the GMs that lie, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then you have Dave that just, he'll tell you what he wants to tell you, and he's not going to go too deep into it. Or something with Bryce Harper, he went really deep into it. But anyway, there you go. So are you comfortable with the outfield? All right, Ray, you ready? Left field, Marsh and Kemp. Thumbs up?
Sure.
Center field.
Well, that was very convicted.
No, like I'm not.
Probably the best I feel about outfield spot right now, which is more telling you how I feel about the other two
But
spots.
if that's your weak link, that's fine. But right field feels like a potential problem, and center field feels like a potential problem.
Yeah, I mean we've anointed a guy who's a 60% ground ball rate to be a center fielder who hardly played center field in AAA. And oh, by the way, your home ballpark, which you play 50% of your games, is one of the weirdest angled walls in all of baseball for a young guy to learn that played mostly left field in AAA.
All right, so
could work out great.
Is Rojas on the big league roster as your top defensive outfielder and platoon mate with Crawford against tough lefties? I thought they would have traded him, and I would have liked to seen him go somewhere where he could play, because right now he's not going to be, at this point, he's a backup outfielder, or he's in AAA.
Yeah, I mean, just the numbers game here, it's either Rojas or Weston Wilson, feels like, if they keep Bohm.
All right, so Justin Crawford in center, and then you have Garcia in right. Weston Wilson is your right-handed bat off the bench / platoon in left if Kemp's not.
I think
Weston Wilson can
Kemp's
play all
gonna
three
be,
positions.
Yeah, Kemp's going to be a big part of what they do, just by the way they're selling him. He's got some sort of a role here. I don't know necessarily what it is, but Sosa's going to be on this team. Kemp's going to be on this team. You got a backup catcher. That fifth outfielder is probably a Wilson or Rojas, and it depends what you value more. Right-handed pop and a guy that can play a couple infield spots or defense.
Real Muto's back, though, in your opinion, Ray?
It seems like it.
I'd be shocked if he's not back.
Yeah, Zaleski put in his tweet about Dombrowski's comment is that they're still after JT. So,
yeah, JT's waiting the market out a little bit, seeing if he can get
a third year.
Maybe a team steps up and the Phillies match.
You don't think the Phillies go to a third year?
Why
not just do it proactively?
Because you don't
might
have
not have to.
Yeah. So to answer your question, if let's say the Mets or the Red Sox offered a third year, I will give them a third year. Your backup plan is what? You don't have one.
You don't
they know that, and that's why they're holding out.
And that's why JT's agent knows that.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer it drags out, but you knew Schwarber wanted to get the deal done. You've never heard that about JT. I don't think this stretches into February or anything, but they're going to wait and try to get another team involved.
Do we celebrate the new year without knowing about JT?
I mean, we're not that far off right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't seem like we're that close, does it? I say we celebrate a new year without JT.
It happens after.
I believe it happens after.
Does it go to February?
No.
Okay.
Here you go. This combines two things. Do we know about JT before we know the fate of the Eagles?
Do we know about JT before? We know about JT before we know about the Eagles.
Okay.
Correct. Tasty Cake Dom checking in. What's up, Dom?
Hey, John, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
I'm Jason. I'm so happy to talk to you and that you're doing good and everything like that. And it's great that John has you back on the radio.
And I have Cuz here with Jason today, too.
Where's your Dom?
Yeah, I heard that bad imitation for 10 years.
It really is bad.
But thank you, Dom. It's great to talk. Great to hear from you again as well.
Yeah. So the reason I called is, one of your standards is the okay guy. This is a great week for the okay guy, right, Jace? The okay guy says play defense and run the ball and you win, right? Yep. And the okay guy says Embiid's got to be in the paint, in the post, and Friday night he's in the paint, in the post, he shakes 18 foul shots, he scores 39 points,
and
the Sixers win that game.
Yeah, roll the clock
So
back.
it's a great week for the okay guy.
That's okay.
Herb's actually in Miami. He sent me a picture yesterday.
Okay.
He's in South Beach. Yep.
Jason, is the okay guy Herb? Like, is that who you patterned that after?
No, it was a different guy that called Harry and I that would he would never call, but he would leave messages on the riled up line. He'd be like, Martinez, you're an idiot, okay? The Eagles need to run the ball more, okay? It's just that old school sports radio caller, okay?
Probably love Buddy Ryan.
Oh, kidding me? He's got a poster over the fireplace.
I loved, I would listen to you and Harry every day on the route, and I love the okay guy because most of his takes, Jace, are my takes.
Okay. Okay.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
Do you like Buddy Ryan?
Do I like Buddy Ryan?
Yeah.
I loved Buddy Ryan.
All right, just checking.
He didn't win
Thanks,
anything,
Tom.
though.
No, I know, but that's part of the when I ask probing questions about Eagles fans, I like the okay guy. He's a Buddy Ryan fan. You win championships with defense and running the football.
Yep.
A lot of soft business going on in sports.
Andre Waters, okay? Those kind of guys. He didn't like Eric Allen. He was too,
too soft,
too refined.
A cover quarter.
A dirty Waters, okay?
Okay.
Out of Cheney State, by the way, Andre Waters.
I loved Andre Waters. Andre Waters and Wes Hopkins. That team as a kid, I loved that defense.
Remember Wes Hopkins' wife got in a fight in the stands?
In the stands, yeah. With
his
girlfriend.
His gumad was there.
Yeah. True story.
Okay.
All right, coming up, Jeff Mosher. God, we've talked to, our conversation with Mosher, you think the Eagles are 2-14 right now, based on our conversation.
Is he an okay guy?
Well, he's breaking down the offense, and we're always complaining about the offense. Something good to talk about. What did the Eagles do, and just how dominating was that defense? Jeff Mosher's reviewed the film. He's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies signed an outfielder. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. And the Phillies signed Adolis Garcia. They made it official this morning. Dave Dombrowski, Adolis Garcia meeting with the media earlier today. Dave Dombrowski saying the outfield set right now with Marsh and a right-handed bat as the platoon in left. Center field being Justin Crawford. Your right field being Adolis Garcia. Garcia was not tenured by the Texas Rangers earlier this offseason. The 2023 ALCS MVP, but he's had 2 rough years at the plate afterwards. Still a good fielding right fielder. The deal is for 1 year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they're back to work preparing for the Commanders. Not preparing for Jaden Daniels as he'll be sidelined for the rest of the season. Marcus Mariota getting the start against the Birds.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, DQ, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
Eagles getting set for that game. We're getting set to talk to Jeff Mosher coming up next. He'll break down everything going on with the Birds. The Flyers have the Canadians tonight in Montreal. You can listen right here on The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it'll change your own. Unbound.org. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
became a topic of conversation around here because of Conquerville Nissan. He is 19 years old.
I hate hearing that.
Yep. I remember when I said I bought my first car at Conquerville Nissan. My son probably will too. And Mike heard it. And Mike said, "Your kid's 8." Yep. And he was at the time. Now 19 years young.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, Evan.
My daughter,
He's the best.
I appreciate the December baby. My daughter's on Christmas Eve, and she turns 10 this year.
Wow, double digits.
All right, so when you say that, it feels like yesterday that Evan was on that commercial.
Yeah.
And
I'm Evan Martinez. I'm gonna get And he did a commercial with Fletcher Cox, the Mean Joe Green knockoff, and Fletcher threw him the keys to a car.
Then he got his car.
Yeah.
And now he's 19.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, let's send it out to the Comcast Business Hotline. So many weeks, it felt like we're bringing on Jeff Mosher of the Philly Voice and Inside the Birds. And it was like a funeral for the Eagles where they were winning these games. We finally, where I feel like it's like, wow, the offense actually looked really good, and we have some good stuff to talk about. Jeff Mosher joins us right now. What's up, Moshe?
Hey, what's up, Johnny? How you doing?
Excellent. Okay, so 31-0. First, tell me how bad that Raiders. So that's what a lot of people this week are saying. Like, yeah, we know the Eagles look good, but that Raiders team is awful. How bad is that Raiders team?
Yeah, I mean they're really bad. they were 2-11 and now they're 2-12. But the one thing I might have talked about it with you last week is that if you go up and down their schedule, it's not like they lose every week 31-0 and only get 71 yards. I mean,
right.
They played the Broncos twice. The Broncos might be in the Super Bowl. They played the Broncos twice. They've lost both games by a combined total of 10 points. They played the Jaguars, who right now lead the AFC South, number 3 seed as we currently talk, and they lost that game by 2. I think like 31-29. I mean, yeah, they've had a few blowouts on their schedule. They're bad, but they have also played a couple of other teams pretty tough, and they're one of 2 teams in the NFL to beat the Patriots this year. So the point I would make is they get off the bus. You know, like
right.
You have to usually show up and play football to beat them. And look, Kenny Pickett was under duress. I mean, he was trying to make throws, falling down. He was trying to do his Patrick Mahomes impression, but the Eagles defense was just too much. And when the Eagles play a team that has a really bad offensive line or a lot of backups on the offensive line, they tend to do that, where they just suffocate an opposing offense. So the real question you're asking is, well, are they good or not? I mean, based on what they did against the Raiders. And I think we'll get that answer more so in the next 2 weeks, because Washington has its own set of problems, but they have a pretty good offensive line. They're getting guys like McLaurin back healthy. They scored over 24 points in 2 of their last 3 games. And, of course, the Bills, Week 17, will help answer that question, too.
The Raiders seem like a team, Moshe, that didn't like playing Super Bowl participants last year because the Chiefs also beat them 31-0.
Wow.
Oddly enough.
Yeah. Yes.
But can this be, a get-right game, just right team at the right time to just quiet all the noise? Like, you're down there around NovaCare. You've been there for years. And when it gets really noisy, it can be a problem just because there's too much going on, too much non-concentration on the things that matter. Can this just bring the temperature of everything down and help this team get pull on the stick and get the nose of the aircraft moving back up a little bit?
Yeah, it could be. And first of all, Jay, great to hear your voice, man. Always good talking to you, and happy birthday to your son. And yeah, it could be that. I mean, I guess you have to weigh it against the alternative, right? If they had lost the game,
oh, forget it.
It would, or let's say they had one of those
close wins,
which I think what we all feared was it was going to be like a 16-3 win, where you felt like a win that feels like a loss, which the Eagles seem to lead the NFL in. So this one was a win that felt like a win and was really never within doubt or without a doubt. So that's a good sign for them. Some of the things they did offensively were a good sign for them, certainly defensively. But, I mean, I think you could also look at some areas and say, I still am not sure. They really tried hard. They even introduced, I don't want to say new concepts, but they did a few different things in the run game to try to get their run game sprung. And they had 183 yards, but it took 47 carries. So the average per carry wasn't great, but sometimes that's skewed by the tush-push and some short yardage runs. I thought they ran better than they have against other teams, even bad teams. So that's a little bit of a sign of progress.
So, Jeffrey, are you seeing, you looked at the film, are you seeing progress on offense then? Are you feeling better than maybe a couple weeks ago?
I'm seeing attempted evolution, right? So, and damn, John, I hate that last week they played that Monday night game, right? And so when I spoke to you, I hadn't really had a chance to talk with Greg Cosell. We do that show Inside the Tape to really get into it myself. I mentioned to you last week they had done these way more spread empty formations as a little evolution to their pass offense. They also did some conceptually things that they hadn't done all year. 4 strong concepts, flood concepts in the passing game. And there were some really good throws that Jalen Hurts made, including the one Devontae Smith in overtime. So they did wind up doing more than I thought than when we talked last week. But this time, I thought they did things in the run game. They did do things in the run game that were differently. You saw it from the opening drive. They put 3 tight ends on the field, including Cam Latu, who is sort of this fullback / tight end for them. And when he's on the field, man, he can block a lot better than Grant Calcaterra can. And they put him on, and they decided, hey, look, we know we can't run the ball very well, or we haven't run the ball, but we are going to ground and pound anyway. And I thought Latu played about 27% of the offense, which was his highest of the year, as they featured a lot more 12 and 13 personnel, went under center, did that a lot more, and they tried to ground and pound. And you saw Barkley had a 17-yard run. Latu had a big block on that. So that is a newer wrinkle. We've seen the under center, we've seen the jumbo. Now it's getting Latu on the field more, whether it's 12 or 13 personnel. And he's so much better of a blocker than Calcaterra that it makes me even wonder why they put Calcaterra on the field just for that 12 personnel look, because he's not even adding anything in the pass game.
Hey, Jeff, when you look at this defense, is this defense enough to carry them to possibly, getting to an NFC Championship game, maybe to a Super Bowl, if the offense doesn't click on all cylinders? Is this defense of that ilk under Vic Fangio?
All right, so my outlook on this, Jay, is that it's sort of a yes and no answer, and I'll explain this. I think from the way they're playing and the talent that they have and some of the things that they're doing that are a little bit newer, I'll get into in a second, I think they are absolutely capable of being a good enough defense to win a Super Bowl with. But my counter to it is, but not if you ask them to be the be-all, end-all, and you don't get any points on offense. Because I think you saw that in the Chargers game. They lost the game. They were on the field so much. By the end of the fourth quarter, Herbert was willing the Chargers to some points, and the same thing in overtime. I just don't think that you can ask this defense to go into the playoffs and win every single playoff game in the Super Bowl by themselves. I think that that's too much. The Cowboys game, as you know, the Eagles were up 21-0, but then it was nothing but 3 and outs from the second quarter to the fourth quarter, and then eventually a good offense like the Cowboys is going to put points on the board.
Felt like the Chip Kelly era.
Yes. Except that defense wasn't very good, even if it did have a break. But this defense has enough talent, but it can't do it by itself. Maybe the Broncos have or the Texans have a type of defense that could. Yep. I'm not sure that this defense could. I think they need more help.
Yep. I don't want to get to free agency yet, but when I've watched Nakobe Dean play since he's gotten back from injury, man,
it's unbelievable.
How can you let him walk? They pay so many players, and they just paid Zach Bond. I know, but he's one of the. You can make the case that he's a top 3 player on this defense. He's doing everything. Coverage. He's in the backfield in the running game. He's sacking the quarterback. He's really found he's a great blitzer with Fangio. They have good chemistry together. But he's such a big part of what they're doing defensively.
He's a huge part. And it seems like every week, except against the Raiders, was really the only time he didn't really blitz or sim pressure. I think they did it one time. But he is just blowing up running backs who are pretty good at pass pro and annihilating quarterbacks. There's no question. I get it. At first I didn't see a way that John Campbell was going to come off the field. He was playing really well for a rookie linebacker, but week after week with what Nakobe is putting on film, I do not envy Howie Roseman this offseason. I don't know. I mean, he's let some pretty good. he let Milton Williams walk after an amazing year, and Milton Williams made a lot of money. And that is the beauty of having Jahad Campbell and Zach Blount, is that he can do it, and you don't think you'll lose a lot. But I guess the best thing is just to focus on the here and now, what he's bringing to this defense right now. Hopefully he stays healthy again and sees it through, and we'll see. But, yeah, he's a difference maker. There's no question about it.
All right, Moshe. Well, I appreciate you. Jeff Mosher, read him, Philly Voice. Watch all the great stuff they do on Inside the Birds.
One of my best hires.
You hired him?
I hired him here. Remember that, Moshe?
He did. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Eternally grateful.
Yep.
Was he the number one hire? Well, give me your power rankings.
I hired Andrew, so Moshe's ahead of him. I hired Aton at the other station.
So Moshe's ahead of him.
Well ahead of Aton.
Oh, that's my man.
Who else did I
he's in the top two, at least.
Yeah, I heard
We had
somebody
good
else.
radio together, man.
Tyrone?
Me and he had good radio.
I brought Tyrone here, yeah. There was somebody else I hired here. I can't remember who it was.
Well, we'll let you know what the final power rankings are, Jeff. I think we're going to talk next week, so I won't wish you a Merry Christmas.
I will,
yet.
though, Jeff, if I don't. So have a great holiday, man.
Well, happy holiday. Hey, real quick, if I could, the double stunts is what I was talking about. They're way more athletic now in their front four, and what you're seeing is, you guys know what stunts are, like, ET and TE stunts. They're doing them on each side, which is not something you see a lot of defenses do, but the addition of Phillips and Brandon Graham, who has played inside, you remember the Super Bowl year, they're doing a lot of different creative things in that four-man rush. It's been really good to see.
It's fun to watch. I wish the offense was this fun. All right, Moshe.
Agreed.
See you,
guys.
buddy. It's just him talking about BG and there as defensive tackle.
Thank you, 97.5.
Oh, my God. Poor Ray. Ray wore the brand. Was anti-Brandon Graham coming back.
How could you be? You thought he was washed?
I mean, he's 37, was hurt twice last year.
No, I get that part of it, but
no,
I mean, as a
went out as
depth
Super Bowl
guy,
champion.
That's only part of it.
Went out as Super Bowl champion. Storybook ending.
I am with you. I'm not a nostalgia guy. Like, bring him back. Bring back Jerome.
No.
I'm not that guy.
It's this generation's soft, and that's the reasoning with Ray. We'll discuss on the other side. All right. Also,
I can't wait to talk.
So we have the Waymo story from Friday. Waymo's the Uber, the self-driving Uber. We have a follow-up on it, which may change people's minds if they would take a Waymo.
Will it change my mind, do you think? Because I'm a strong Wayno.
It's not going to help you want to take a Waymo, I'll say that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports.
right, we're back. Still ahead, Jason Martinez, hockey talk. And I told Colby, who's waiting, it's not going to be this segment, but we're going to have a segment of hockey, at least some of the segment.
All right. Flyers play tonight right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
You and Cole Arulo were in here discussing.
Yeah, against the L'Habitant, the Montreal Canadiens.
All right, well, that's coming up. So on Friday, Jason was in on Friday, and we did a story on Waymo. If you don't know, Waymo it's in, I think, Las Vegas. I rode one in Phoenix. It's in Los Angeles. So they have test markets where they come in and they put these cars out there. Waymo's an Uber, but it's self-driving.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as calling an Uber, except this isn't a person picking you up. It's this self-driving car, and then it takes you to your destination. So they're testing it in Philadelphia. I forget how many are out there, but they have a bunch of cars in Philadelphia that they're currently testing. This from Los Angeles last week. So we did in or out. I was in on the Waymo because I took it, and I was fine with it. You and Ray both said not only no, hell no. Correct?
I was a way no.
I would say no.
Yeah. Well done.
Well, this isn't going to make you say yes anymore. Take a listen.
New tonight, a frightening discovery inside a driverless Waymo vehicle, raising serious questions about safety. An L.A. woman expecting an empty robo-ride instead found a man hiding in the car. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf.
Hold on a second.
He was hiding in the car?
Don't you just love the delivery of the newsman?
I do.
Hiding in the car.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Phil, this is a strange one. Imagine you order a robo-taxi. It's supposed to be empty, and then finding a man in the back.
Are you in the trunk?
The new video adding fuel to a nationwide debate over driverless taxis.
Why are you in it?
A Los Angeles woman expecting an empty self-driving Waymo ride instead finds a stranger in the trunk.
They just put me in here. Who put you in?
There's nobody there to put him in. It's a Waymo.
So she goes out expecting to get in this Waymo, and there's a guy hiding in the trunk.
So she probably went to put something in the trunk, like luggage or something, right?
Or she might have seen him. Because these aren't big cars. I put a
so you can see into the trunk?
But it's like she's taking a video and you can see him like he's trying to talk. He's in the trunk and he's saying like, "Oh well, they just put me in here." You heard her. She's like,
"Who's
Who
they?
put you there?"
Yeah.
And I guess police came. Well, continue. I think it says it in it. Go ahead. Continue. We have more, right?
Maybe not.
I just want to know why was he in the trunk?
That's what we're all wondering.
Like who put him in the trunk? How did he get into the trunk?
Are you in the trunk?
That's why Mama trying to figure this out. Like
Waymo calls this latest incident unacceptable,
they just put me in here.
Who put you in?
promising immediate updates and changes to make sure it never happens again.
Wow. Yeah, I'm out.
So also a couple incidents just over the last couple of weeks. Apparently Waymo struggles. When I was talking about it on Friday, I had said that if there's a car that's double parked, like in front of a hotel or outside of a business, the Waymo doesn't know what to do because it's not going to go into the other lane of traffic.
Yeah.
But so it just kind of sits there and it doesn't know what to do.
It's a smart car that's pretty simple-minded.
All right, here it is. Go ahead.
Across the country, more than 3,000 Waymo vehicles are currently under recall after a software issue allowed the cars to drive past school buses with stop signs out.
No, they told us. That's not good.
Oh, my God. See, this is the problem. I'm going to get in one, and there's going to be a software. It's going to run out of battery or
No, you'll
something.
get locked in and the doors won't open.
Yeah, and I'll be stuck in the Waymo.
And you'll have some guy in the trunk.
I'll be stuck with some non-hockey fan in the car or something.
So, and then it
although I do like the theory of not having anybody else in the car because you don't have to talk.
Right.
Like, I love silence. So that would be that part I like. So just give me an Uber driver that's a mute.
Right, which you do get some that aren't interested in chatting with you, which is totally fine with me. But the problem with the Uber driver is there's, a lot of times, like not a lot of times, but you hear the cases where you get these maniacs that are in there. But it seems like the Waymo can be far more problematic than if you just get your average Uber driver that just wants to drop you off and go to the next ride.
Totally agree.
Also, Ray, there was another situation, and I saw a video of it, where there was an active police thing going on.
An incident?
There's a guy laying on the ground at gunpoint, a suspect laying on the ground at gunpoint with the sirens and the Waymo just driving right through the scene.
Doesn't care. Waymo's like, I don't give a damn.
No, the Waymo doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, this Waymo is...
So think about it. How does it... All it knows is the light's green. He's taking a left.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
And there's a guy at gunpoint, and the video shows the Waymo driver.
The Waymo would be like a good getaway car for a bank robber.
There you go.
That way you
Never
don't
gonna
have an
stop.
accomplice.
But it follows the speed limit.
Yeah, you know what? That's good.
Well, maybe we can hack the programming and get it to speed.
Now, would a Waymo stop? Would it, if there were sirens behind it, would it know to stop?
I don't know.
Because think about it.
It took like an illegal left turn or something, like no turn on red.
You get a cop trying to pull the Waymo
There's
over. And
so
it
many
won't
issues.
stop.
I can't believe they're allowing these things on the road without this crap being vetted at some empty parking lot. Jesus, Murphy.
So have you changed your opinion?
No, I'm more staunch in my opinion that I'm no way I'm getting
I
one
would
of
say
these.
no.
But think about how many in Philadelphia, how many stories we could get over these Waymos screwing everything up.
Oh my!
The Waymo ends up and smashing through City Hall.
The way
or
we
something.
park in Philadelphia, like on the median, this Waymo would be so confused.
Yeah, put a Waymo in South Philly.
Yeah. Good God. It probably would just stop and not move.
That's what it does.
Yeah, that created a traffic problem.
No, legit. It doesn't know because it knows not to go into the other lane. So if you think about how many places in this area, and I'm sure this is everywhere, but how many places in this area, people are like, oh, I want to go pick up that food, but there's nowhere to park, so I'm just going to double park and put my hazards on. I'm going to run
Let's send
inside.
it to the Wawa down in Manayunk down there.
Yeah.
Down the hill.
Oh, no.
Oh, forget that. I wake up at night sometimes in a cold sweat thinking about that parking lot.
So I've been hitting it up a lot recently.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I've been in the algorithm of getting breakfast there because I don't get it at home.
Yeah.
And here's the only way I do it. If there's a spot in the front of that Wawa, I will back my car into it.
Yeah.
And then that's
You
the
don't
only way
have
I'll
to back
stop.
out.
So because backing out, you're just going to hit somebody or hit a pedestrian.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Text question about Waymo, Ray?
Goes down a path we went down on Friday. Here's the most important questions about the Waymo. Am I able to have a drink while I'm getting the ride home? And if I'm coming home from a party or a bar with a woman, are we able to take care of business in the back?
Well, we already I would say no with that. Because it's got to have cameras and stuff on it, right? I mean, I think maybe
Some people like that.
I was going to say some people.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I think you can certainly more than an Uber driver. Can't be messing around on the back with an Uber driver. They'll get mad. The Waymo may not know. I don't know how much you can get away with.
Is it considered drinking and driving if you're in the front seat
The Waymo?
of a Waymo?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, you can no.
Just stay in, well, I'm
You
just
can-
going to sit in the back seat, right?
Well, I'm not saying that they allow alcohol. I would assume that they don't want you drinking in the car. It's illegal.
Yeah, well,
but
the
it's not
thing
going
is-
to know.
But the thing is it's a service to drive you maybe when you're drinking.
Ray's going to question about drinking in a car.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not, actually.
It's open container. You can't just drink
right.
it.
Obviously, that's a mistake. Don't do that. Don't get in an Uber with an open drink, kids.
Ray's like, what do you mean you can't drink in an Uber?
Hey, look, the scrawny man drinks
Bad
everywhere.
idea.
No, but I agree with you. But
You know what Ray drinks? Like old Milwaukee 16-ounce cans.
that's true, Ray.
with the pull
Of course.
tab.
Absolutely.
What do you drink?
What's put in front of me?
No,
Are you an IPA guy, like one of those
Oh, yeah, I
Northern
enjoy a good
Liberties
IPA.
IPA hipsters?
I mean, I'll drink anything from the $2 beer you could get all the way up to
Yeah,
whatever's put in front of me.
equal
IPA-wise.
opportunity.
Yeah, I'm equal opportunity on that.
Boozer.
all right.
Yeah, I like a good beer, a good IPA, but
It's a good beer.
yeah.
Likes liquor.
Yep.
All right, if we're going out and I'm saying, all right, Ray, let's go. What do we have? Mixed drink. What are you drinking?
Ooh, mixed drink.
Yeah, alcohol. Not beer.
Sex on the beach.
Nah, probably rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke.
I like rum. It's the only time I have
Spice rum,
soda.
Captain and Coke?
Yeah, the captain.
Captain and Coke?
I have a thing called a black tooth grin.
What's
The black tooth grin? You don't know what that is?
No.
I didn't expect you to. A black tooth grin is a drink that was designed by Dimebag Darrell of Pantera. It's a splash of Coke and like a shot and a half of Crown Royal.
Oh.
You have a black tooth grin.
And Coca-Cola you're talking about.
Coca-Cola, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the cocaine. Though.
Talking about Coca-Cola.
Not the
as well.
yayo.
All right, coming up. Are you serious? The organization, the Flyers. I saw Jason and Bill were having discussions. Flyers fans still not happy with me not knowing enough about the team. I have these guys sticking up for me. I don't even know it.
To much lesser degree, it's Jalen Hurts drama with the Flyers regarding Matt Mitchell.
And you got to talk about that coming up. We have a phone call, your phone calls as well, 610-632-0975, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The outfield is set. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Today, the Phillies officially announced the signing of Adolis Garcia. While they were talking about the signing, Dave Dombrowski was asked about the outfield. It says the outfield is pretty much set at this point. So you could be looking at an outfield where left field is Marsh and right-handed bat platooning, Crawford at center, and Adolis Garcia as the right fielder going into 2026. The deal with Garcia is a year and $10 million. As for the Birds, they're back to work preparing for the Commanders ahead of Saturday's game. They will not be preparing for Jaden Daniels. Daniels has been shut down for the season. It'll be Marcus Mariota. Here's head coach Dan Quinn on that decision.
Regarding Jaden, and we're going to sit him for the final 3 games. And I know your first question likely is, well, DQ, what went into that? And the answer is it was a lot, and part medical and part team.
He will not be playing on Saturday against the Birds. Jeff Mosher of Inside the Birds joined us just a couple segments ago. You catch that conversation one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Flyers and Canadians tonight. You can listen to it right here on the Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repairs since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now.
All right, we're back middays with Marks, Ortiz, Ray. A quick review from the Jingle Ball last night. I went down with my 2 oldest daughters and my wife and our friends and their daughters. 8 of us total.
Nice.
It was good.
Group.
It was really good.
It's in the holiday spirit, right?
Well, I mean,
I'm going to see Joe Conklin on Thursday at Parks. Yes, his holiday spectacular,
where he has the City Symphony Orchestra.
Yep.
Joe's
mix of comedy and music and everything. Having a nice dinner. I mean, it's kind of like me and the wife's celebration of the end of my journey.
Nice.
Yeah, we haven't been able to. We tried to do something earlier, but we weren't sure yet. I was waiting on pathology and blah, 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 blah.
So now you're cleared?
And, yeah, so we're going to go Thursday night, and we're going to have a nice steak dinner.
Yeah, no, their steakhouse is great.
Yeah. Got to thank Mike Baldini for hooking me up, and we're going to go have a time. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to go and hang out with the old lady. And
we'll go crush the books.
Yeah.
Like you did last week.
Yeah, I did. Minnesota, baby.
Yep.
Outright winner over the Cowboys.
So thumbs up on the Jingle Ball. A couple notes. There's a guy called Big X the Plug who is awful. I'm talking about awful. And this is an old man because I liked a lot of the other groups that were up there or singers that are up there. Big X the Plug. It's like picture Biggie in 2025, but less talented and fatter. And he takes his shirt off out there too. Oh my God, it was so bad. I guess he's very popular. I have no idea. Seemed like people there knew him.
I know you're looking at me to try and offer support or a pushback here on it. I got nothing in that regard. I told you I thought the lineup.
AJR was very good. I didn't know who AJR was until I heard their song, and I'm like, oh, I know these songs. Very good. And then Miles Smith, is it? I think one of the opening. He was really, really good. So we take off. We set a drop dead time of 9:45 because we've 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds, so it's like I want to be home by 11 o'clock.
Gotta get the threshold.
So I get on the highway, and we're cruising. It's like, oh, man, 40 minutes, this is great. At 10 o'clock at night, they close 76 at Vine Street because they're doing bridge repair. No. You know when we find that out? 10:02 when we're stuck
when you hit it.
Dude, it cost me 40 minutes.
Are you serious?
An hour and 20 minutes to get home.
Oh, my God. I remember.
Excuse me, almost an hour and 30. Close to an hour and 30 to get home.
I remember doing, like, late-night shifts at WIP back in the day, getting off the air at midnight or 1 a.m. and sitting in traffic on 76. I just so PO'd. Like, are you friggin' kidding
I did the same thing when I used to work when I worked nights there for a short bit. I worked till 2 some nights.
Yep.
And then Big Daddy would keep me there till like 2:30 because he won't stop talking to me. And then it takes me 15 minutes to get home. So I was driving in.
Did he ever? Have you ever talked to him on the phone?
Yes.
He'd call you up and go, "You're on the Rolling Stones," and they'd be like, "Gotta go, bye," and just hang up. Yeah. I was like, "Good talking to you."
Big Daddy's.
He had the phone skills of my kids.
All right, let's go to Colby. Colby's got something for on the Flyers for Jason Bertidis. Colby and Manny on Hello.
Hey, fellas. Big-time Flyers fan, big-time 97.5 Midday Show fan here.
Thanks,
wanted to give you guys a shout and talk some Flyers with Jason and you too, Marksy. I know you're
I'll listen to you guys.
Huge fan.
Yeah,
Yes.
We're going to get him up to speed.
So big tilt tonight. Obviously, we've got the Canadians. I think they're a point ahead of us in the just in the Eastern Conference in general. And they're kind of a rival in my sense, just because they're young. They're in a similar boat. I think they have a little bit more talent, but, East team, young, hungry. They have the other Russian player,
Demidov,
and we have Mishkov. So I want to talk to you, Jay, just kind of a little bit about this Mishkov handling with Tocchet. Third period overtime, what you think, because I have my own opinion, and I love Tocchet as a player, and I love him as a announcer, but I'm having some question marks with him as a late game manager.
When it comes to Mishkov's usage, are you talking?
When it comes to Mishkov and, what power play he's been throwing out and how he's been handling this fourth line. So I just want to kind of hear your opinion on what you're seeing as you're there more often than I am.
I'll attack the fourth line thing first. You have to play your fourth line because they're playing 4 games in 6 days. They are also playing 10 games in 16 days.
Thanks, Colby.
So you have to – a big part of the coach's job, especially this year in a condensed schedule with an Olympic year, is managing your players' energy, emotion, and mental state.
All right, so let's go big picture with Tocchet. How is he doing so far?
I think he's doing fine. the team is much better than people thought they were. They're in a playoff spot right now. Mishkov's minutes, they're down from last year a couple of minutes per game. His shift length is considerably shorter. Fact of the matter is this. He came into camp out of shape. And, look, Tocchet is not here to coach Matvei Mishkov. He's here to coach a team. And every player in that room knows you cannot treat some guy different at this point in his career. He hasn't earned that. Like, Nikita Kucherov's earned that at this point in his career. He's had a 144-point season. Mishkov has not. And you got to coach a team. It's either accountability for all, John, or it's accountability for none.
Right.
And he wasn't used in the last overtime. There was a penalty. He doesn't kill penalties. That hurts his ice time as well. And early in a season, there's always more penalties being called. And he hasn't been in shape. He's getting into shape. His game will round into form. This is part of the learning process, coming into playing in the best league in the world. He's taken too many penalties because he's not moving his feet. Leads the team in penalty minutes. He shouldn't be leading the team in penalty minutes.
Right. That's not his game.
No, that's not his game.
Right.
But that's part of when you're not in complete shape. And people go, well, play him more. That'll get him in shape. That's not how you get a guy in shape. You don't go play 20 minutes in the NHL to get in shape.
You're alienating your entire team unless you almost have to make an example of them. Like, no, you're not coming in here out of shape, and we're just going to put you on the ice whenever you want to.
Yeah, no, you can't do that because you'll have mutiny then. Because professional players have a lot of – look, I imagine there was a lot of players that were probably annoyed that he came in out of shape. They're like, I put in the work this offseason. We want to take a step forward. But we want to be a playoff team.
I get
you can control that.
How old is he?
21. Just turned.
All right.
Last week.
And you even said this to me off the air. Like, he's still young. Like, okay. He's still young. I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, really? He's going to come in completely out of shape?
Yeah. Look, it's concerning that he came in out of shape. But he has said the right thing since, that he knows it, and it's affected his game, that during the Olympic break he's going to work his butt off to finish the year strong. And he said he's going to stay in Philadelphia next year and take that training much more seriously.
Okay, good. And you're gonna have more of this on your daily podcast?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's an interesting discussion because, like Jalen Hurts, there's so much debate about him, and people are on both sides of the equation. That it is all this consternation and debate, and it does get a little too sharp at times. But is it actually a good thing for the Flyers? Because people care.
Yep.
And he brings that because he is a dynamic talent. And it's like any publicity is good publicity. I think it is good because it is something that it matters again.
Yeah,
like when you had Lindros,
got
it
something
mattered.
to talk about.
Yeah, there's an organic storyline here. And I talked to somebody in the organization last night. Their commitment to him is as strong as it was the night they drafted him, as it was going into last season when he got here early, and as it was last year when he was a Calder finalist. So the commitment has not changed. And they're not going to – the coach does not hate him.
Okay.
People look at his usage and go, oh, the coach hates him. No. The coach has to coach a whole team.
Right.
I think people that played sports understand that.
Well, you got to earn your minutes.
A lot of commentate. Exactly right. You got to earn it. And you shouldn't be given anything. What are you teaching the kid about how to be a professional if you're just handing him stuff when he comes in and he's not conditioned properly?
Yep.
And again, you can control that. You can control conditioning.
Ray, don't let me get hot talking hockey, man. I'm just telling
We're going to get you up to speed, Johnny
I'm telling
Marks.
you, all the people complaining, I don't know about hockey. I'll out hockey you. You let me start watching hockey.
Ristolainen returns tonight. He should be leading the team in penalty minutes, damn it.
Oh, all right.
But he returns tonight to the right side.
There we go. All right, YouTube chat recap. Last call for the phone, 610-632-0975. 1 o'clock hour of the program brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. YouTube chat recap is next. Don't go anywhere. But, hey, listen, this is a message. This is legit, too. I'm going to look right into the camera if you're watching me on YouTube. This could change your life, all right? If you're a snorer. First off, if you're a snorer and you have a significant other, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, man, you're probably kept up. You're at night. You're kicking them like, roll over, stop snoring, right? I am a heavy snorer. I have mild to moderate sleep apnea, and my dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor, changed my life. Him and his team offer an advanced, comfortable sleep apnea device that helps you clear the airway for better sleep and better health. It worked for me. I had sleep apnea. I was a heavy snorer. And what a lot of people maybe don't know, if you have sleep apnea, that is terrible for your health. First of all, your sleep is bad, but it also can contribute to diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. And the good news is Dr. Pastor, the words for dentists, can help you get a home sleep test even if you've never been diagnosed. They'll connect you to the doctors and arrange for the study so you're covered. And the sleep apnea device is covered by most insurance plans. That includes Medicare. So check it out. I tried the CPAP, and I hated it. It worked, but I had a mask around my face, and more times than not, I was taking it off in the middle of the night. I'm telling you, the device that I use, it's perfect. And it's like I sleep well. I sleep so much better. I feel great when I wake up.
You don't look like Darth Vader anymore?
Well, my eyes, I'm getting old. But anyway, if you're done with CPAP machines, those noisy, disgusting masks, I'm just telling you, Dr. Pastor changed my life. He can do the same for you. So that's drpastor.com, drpaster.com, or call 610-67-SLEEP. That's 610-67-SLEEP or drpastor.com.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas, and
Takes a while to get here. All right, Middays with Marks, the Martinez, Ray Dunn.
You done your Christmas shopping?
Yep.
Nice.
Well,
little ancillaries you got to get at the end.
I got to get stocking, and then I have to, for two of my daughters, I need one more thing. I'm running out of time. I am actually scheduled to go to New York after the show tomorrow. Today's Tuesday? Thursday, yeah. After the show Thursday, driving up because the train, and I'm taking my mom and my mother-in-law and my wife and my kids. So the train, it's just like too much to take all those people up there. So as much as I don't want to drive to Manhattan,
yeah,
just makes the most sense. But like, so I booked a hotel, but I booked one of the rooms where it's refundable up to a certain date.
Yeah.
Just in case. And I'm looking at the weather, and of course it's 95% rain on Friday. And
that's going to be a wasted trip.
Well, I'm not going to go if it's going to rain all day Friday. Now I'm trying to get, because like the forecast, that doesn't mean it's going to rain all day, but I'm trying to find out exactly what it's talking about, because it's Thursday rain, Friday rain. One of the forecasts was like Thursday into Friday, then it clears on Friday. If that's the case, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it's also a little bit warmer, too. But, yeah, I'm not going to walk around New York City in the rain.
Yeah. You'll be miserable.
I'll be
cold.
Miserable. With a bunch of kids.
You'll be sick for Christmas, the whole thing.
I'm out.
That would suck. Have you gotten to the point yet, now that you have multiple kids, where you don't wrap presents anymore? You just go to the dollar store and buy the bags?
No.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
It is liberating as hell.
No, my daughter just had her birthday party with her kids, her friends, and I'd say 90% came in bags and weren't wrapped.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me.
Bags and tissue.
Yep.
And a tag.
That's
it.
There you go.
Not a tag hoarder, but just a tag.
So I hope I'm able to go up, because I love New York City at Christmas time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Certainly is. All right. Let's get to we'll finish up with some other stuff, but let's get to what we do last week of the show, right?
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
All right, go.
The reason Marsh has value to other teams is because he's cheap and reasonably good. That is the reason he has value here. MBD from the YouTube chat.
I hope all those cuts don't sound like that. Just not good quality. I think Marsh is a good piece. The problem is you need him to be 400 at bats, which is probably what he's going to be anyway. But he's not making a lot of money. He's a good.
That's about 80 too many.
Got a little, yeah. Good pop. Plays, left field's fine. Center field, you don't really want to play. Like, he's a good player. He's just not an everyday starter. He's not a set it or forget it guy. You can't just leave him out there.
Yeah.
He's failed too much against left-handed pitching to where I'm not doing if Marsh hits left-handers better. No.
You already know that's an issue.
Right, Ray?
Correct. I'm not dealing with that at this point.
And if you trade him, realistically, what can you get? I don't know.
Reliever? Yeah, I don't know.
Reliever, something like that? All right, what's next?
Can we get Jason to do his former host impression of Seth Joyner ordering Chinese food? He likes it hot. Mike and Exton.
Yeah, we did it earlier. Let's hear it again.
I did a little bit earlier. I'll tell you what, for the next show, I'll dig up the piece. I have it at home on a hard drive.
Do you really?
And we'll play it. Plus, I had that call that Bernie called in with me and Harry. It was right around the Super Bowl time where Bernie was talking to himself in drops for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, we tortured Bernie with that stuff.
There was one time I found out that he called on the weekend show and he cursed.
I remember that.
So I called him and I said, "This is Eddie Vedder from the FCC." And I was just dropping Pearl Jam song. I said, "This is a yellow Ledbetter incident." He's like, "Huh?" All kinds of stuff.
You know who I am?
He said, "I'm Bernie from Broomall." Who? Bernie.
Well, I called him with a Jim Rome. There was a period 15 years ago, right, where there was like drop boards. People made all these drop boards, so you could find a drop board for almost
online.
So I did Jim Rome, and I called as Jim Rome. I wish I still had it. It was on YouTube at one point.
I saw that.
Jim Rome called Bernie, and Bernie was arguing with Jim Rome. He was going,
racket.
He goes, get it through your dome. He goes, you get it through your dome.
What?
Miss Bernie.
A lot of those are from when we pranked Bernie. Anyway, what's next?
Huh?
Ray needs a cigarette after that News at Noon segment. He's depressed about Notre Dame not getting in. If Bayless from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, Ray,
you a Golden Domer?
No,
he's
not the slightest.
I thought he was Tom Byrne.
If no, Tom's very happy. Very happy about it. But so Ray is for all his jobs that he is now, if you haven't heard, he's now the spokesman for Scrawny paper towels.
Yes.
In fact, we saw the design for the logo and everything in the paper towel.
I think I'm going to see him doing like a demonstrative thing with the water on the mat at the Costco this weekend for the Scrawny paper towels.
Well, you put a paper towel down, it does nothing?
Yeah. And then the other one just soaks it all up like it's a vacuum.
This is 3-in-1 action right here. Come on. How could you turn down this paper towel?
All right, what's next?
I've convinced myself that Justin Crawford is going to be a unicorn. He might hit a lot of ground balls, but he hits them opposite field, which is unusual. Colby from the YouTube chat.
All right, Colby. Yeah, I'm open-minded on Crawford. I don't think he's gonna be a deer in the headlights and he's betting 110. But are we looking for more from a starting outfielder than just coming up and not being outclassed? I don't know.
But you want him to work to count.
So here's what I need. I don't need a hole at the bottom of the lineup, which Rojas had been for a while. He was essentially just an out. It's like having a pitcher coming up for the most part with Rojas. No, good approach, but also getting on base, because if he can get on base at the bottom of the order, now Turner, Harper, Schwarber, now you're looking at a really nice.
Then you got
top
something.
of the order. Yeah. Now you got something. He's got to get on base though, and Stott too. I like Stott batting eighth. All right, go ahead.
Hot Take Tuesday. I think the Commanders have a better chance of winning on Saturday without having Daniels at quarterback. Phil from the YouTube chat.
I mean, I don't see how, because he isn't injured. I mean, if the Eagles show up and they don't want it, they could lose. It's the NFL.
Not likely. They lost to the Commanders last year, but that's a much different.
Well,
Commanders team.
And Jalen was hurt. He got injured, and Mariota was not playing.
Yeah.
They should win and the other thing is, Washington doesn't want to win any of these games. They're looking at their draft picks. They don't want to win this. These guys want to go home.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got it. So
the bus is running.
Real quick to end the show. I think it was actually at this time yesterday. I got 2 angry emails from listeners. I got actual emails.
Wow.
From listeners saying that I was being mean to Ray, because I said yesterday that Ray should not get in any serious relationships. We need him single for the show. He can date and things like that, but no long-term relationship.
Yeah, no real commitment.
No real commitment. We can't have commitment. I can't have Ray in love.
How old are you, Ray?
25.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah, no. And people were like, "What? Why are you being such a jerk? If Ray wants to be in a relationship and wants to fall in love, allow him to do that." And I responded back, "No."
It wasn't, again, the relationship thing. You used the word, I can't have Ray happy.
No,
happy was the optimal word.
Why,
there.
is Ray miserable?
No.
Because I don't get a sense that you're a miserable.
No.
Ray wants a girlfriend, is what I would say.
I wouldn't say that either.
His voice cracks me.
You want relations.
Yes, of course.
Like every man.
Yeah, I mean.
No, but like if it came down to he either wants to, like, I'm sure you're out on the dating apps or whatever. I'm sure he wouldn't mind going on dates and casually dating some people. I believe Ray wants a long-term relationship and wants to be in love. And I don't think that's fair to the show. The show doesn't need Ray to be in love.
It's going to take away from his responsibility here.
No, it'll take away from him being a single idiot.
From my responsibility
No, I need him to be the single idiot. I don't need him settling down and getting a girlfriend. It'll be boring. Or it'll be all the girl, like, my girlfriend said this. That's for me to do. I'm married. I don't need that. I need you out and about.
You produced for Mike, though. You were not married.
I was him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was him. That's what I need.
I was not. When I produced for Mike, I was not. I was already married.
And Sean and I were both 2 single idiots, and that's what we were doing. Yep. And that's what I need from Ray.
And now
Ray and Connor.
Married idiots with kids.
Right. Anyway. All right, coming up next is Bill Colarulo and Ricky Bottalico and Silvana.
Ricky Bo.
Unfiltered. That's coming up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
Now on 97.